The doctor stated apologize. It was a misdiagnosis. Lady Blanch does not have a terminal illness. She is not going to die. Blanche was shocked. She couldn't believe the word misdiagnosis. She had been living her life doing whatever she wanted, and ended up meeting the greatest swordsman and warhead of the empire. What does he mean by misdiagnosis? Why doesn't he just tell her she is going to die? 3 months ago, she was not feeling well, so she went to see a doctor secretly without letting anyone know. After the checkup, the doctor replied it's Locadora disease. It seems she was born with too much mana, which resulted in a rare incurable disease that only a few people have. Unfortunately, this disease has a mortality rate of 98%, and she is going to die in 3 months, Blanche thought. When she heard the time limit, she was so surprised that she couldn't think of anything. After that, she thought she would make a list of what she wanted to do before she died. Let's do it all. Blanche asked Anne, the maid, what she wanted to do before she died. The maid replied she would like to buy a cake or a variety of cakes and have a bite of each. After some time, Blanche didn't get along with her family because her father was trying to sell his daughter to a rich old marquis. A mother who tries to sell her daughter just like her husband, and finally, her elder brother, whom her family loves. Rayon, the heir apparent, has magic and succession classes. He monopolizes all the support, whereas she was neither supported nor educated. To him, she only learned office work. Rayon asked why she is here, and Blanche replied she is not part of this family. By the way, listen carefully in the successor class, his teacher is very angry. Suddenly, Rayon put wine at Blanche's head, then he stated she is making him lose his appetite. He won't be able to eat until she leaves. Blanche thought she is going to die in 3 months, but these guys won't even care. She is going to die soon anyway. What should she be afraid of? So she had to create a bucket list. She wanted to live her own life. In the next scene, Lariette thought she is glad she can finish one of her wish in the bucket list right away, which was to have as many cakes as she wants by Anne. Suddenly, their carriage tire got stuck in the mud. Lariette asked if there is a carriage coming behind them. They should hurry up and take it out. The coachman stated to get back in. It's the Duke of Candle's carriage. The Candle family is the most powerful family in the empire, and the Duke of Candle is called a monster. Suddenly, a person came. Lariette thought he is holding the carriage with one hand, or is the coachman of the Candle family as strong as them? After some time, Marquis of Segreb arrived and stated, long time no see. Lariette thought she didn't expect him to come over. Segreb stated when they get married, he will make sure she doesn't get out of bed, Lariette thought. So the next thing on the bucket list is ending the engagement with Marquis Segreb. That old Segreb stated he loves her face. This young taste is getting him excited. The value of the product is very high. Lariette thought it's today. It has to be today. She will end it today with this creepy old man. Blanche was known to produce great wizards, and among them, the true Blanche had been discovered. Lariette Blanche, she was born with incredible talent for magic, but never had the opportunity to learn properly. She secretly started learning from Rayon's teacher behind their backs, but a teacher found out and saw that Rayon was not as talented as Lariette, so he began teaching Lariette magic in his spare time. Lariette stated she would explain it just once, so listen carefully. She had no intention of marrying him. So let's call off the engagement. She hated trash like him that evaluated people with money. Suddenly, her father used his magic, and the Marquis was released. Then Marquis stated, this is such a disgrace, he will never forget it. Her father stated his daughter is just acting immature. The Marquis replied, no, let's pretend this deal never happened. Lariette thought, a family where money comes before their own daughter, and a Marquis who buys people with money, she is sick of everything. Her mother stated, so she finally acted out. Lariette replied, yes, she was a little late, she should have done it earlier. To all, she has never been as crazy as this family. Suddenly, her father slapped her, then stated, do she know what she have done? She seemed determined to keep the dukedom in debt. Lariette asked, who was it that brought the pile of debt? Why should she pay it back? Her family had no interest and affection for her. They sold her to enjoy wealth and entertainment, but all she got was a slap. Her mother stated everything she wore, ate, and everywhere she slept, she enjoyed it because she was a part of this family, so, now she had to take responsibilities. Lariette replied, yes. That's why she helped mother by being her bookkeeper, and acted as the administrator for father's work. She also visited Rayan's estate and took care of it. Her father stated, that's it. He will remove her from the family registry, get out of here. Lariette replied, she guessed their relationship was only worth a piece of paper that could burn easily. That's how little it mattered. She always thought disobeying her parents would be the most scary thing to do, so she never tried to go against them. Thank you so much for all they have done till now. When she was going, Rayan stated, let's say their goodbyes. She didn't even know earth magic or elemental magic. Rayan's used his magic against her. Lariette defended herself, then stated, by the way, she is stronger than him, little idiot. Then the scene changed. Lariette thought she ended up leaving the house. The first thing first was to get some money with her, but she had to make it big if she wanted to live an easy life. In order to do that, she had to do what she was best at, purification wizard, reporting for duty. She didn't have to worry about anything because she was always overflowing with mana. The guild owner replied, not needed. They don't need a purification wizard. The healing wizards are taking their place everywhere, so don't interfere with their business and get out. Lariette thought she was doomed. Should she look for other opportunities? Suddenly, 2 pickpockets stole her bag in which her entire fortune was. Lariette used fire magic at them while shouting, stop right there. Lariette thought she couldn't catch up to them. Suddenly, a beautiful man saw them. Both of them were scared. They thought the smell. It's the smell of corpses. This dominating aura, could it be the Duke of Candle? The Duke killed them with his sword, Lariette thought, so he was not a wagoner but the Duke. The most powerful Duke family in the Harushan Empire is the Ashrahan Candle, also the best swordsman in the empire. The general in which defeat was inevitable, because of his violent tendencies, people call him the War Devil. Lariette thought also he is so handsome. It doesn't matter even if his body smells so unpleasant, since his face is so pleasant to look at. The Duke thought she looks like a noble but she is walking around without any guards, wasted his time needlessly, so she is scared of him. If the curse doesn't end, even if he finds her stuff, she will still be too scared to face him. How long does he have to endure this? Lariette asks, does he have a lover? Seemingly liking his face, so shall they date for 3 months? Lariette introduces herself as Lariette and asks for his name, although she already knows the answer. The Duke replies, Ashrahan Candle. Lariette thought even his voice sounds good, perfectly deep and seductive. So nice to meet you, Ashrahan. The Duke thought it's been almost 20 years since someone called his name. Lariette asks, will he be her lover in 3 months only? The Duke stated she must have seen how he swung his sword at people earlier, or she's not scared of him. She should stop her joke here. Then, he thought, as expected, there is no way she means it. Lariette thought, so cool. How is he so sexy? What does she do when he is so perfect? But there is someone, not even a handsome guy like him, can have, wait for it, she will take them all, they are all hers. After some time, Lariette thought, how does she meet him again? Suddenly, she heard people chatting about the Duke. A person stated, have they heard the rumors that the Duke is looking for a purifying magician? Lariette asks about that rumor, and the person replies, the Duke was hit by a terrible curse. Anyone can sense the smell of death if they stand close to him. He wants to break the curse, so he came to the News Guild to look for a purifying magician. Purifying magic requires more mana than other free forms of magic. It's a magic used to break curses. But instead of being any normal person who got cursed, the Duke is hated for killing too many people. That's why the Duke could not find any competent purifying magician. 1 week later, Lariette stated she found him. Come to think of it, she has been too hasty when she suggested dating. He must have freaked out. So, what does he think about starting a relationship as an employer and employee? She will introduce herself again. She is Lariette Blanchett, the #1 purifying magician in the empire. She will help him break the curse. The price is to give her a place to live. A few days ago, Lariat told the News Guild owner that do he want the Duke to find out that he revealed the customer's information, or will he tell her when the Duke is coming here? The guild owner replies he will tell her everything, so that's how she finds him. Duke stated, do she take responsibility for what she said? If she were just mindlessly joking, it would be hard for him to let her see the sun tomorrow. Lariat thought, even though she didn't get to learn magic properly, it will be fine since she knows a lot about purifying magic. She will die anyway, so there is nothing to be scared of. Lariat held his hand and performed her magic. Lariat thought it took more mana than she thought it would. The curse is pretty strong, even stronger since it clashes with Duke's curse. She will drain all her energy and mana. Lariat stated, check it. Duke thought he should not get his hopes up. He knows it won't work. This has gone on ever since he was young. He knows, but because it is. That person stated she will show him the rotten flesh on the body, and the decimal of dead corpses will engulf the whole room. His hand is fine now. Duke was shocked and thought a miracle happened. Lariat stated the contract. Will he sign it? Duke thought a miracle. This is the only miracle that will be able to break his curse. He doesn't want to let go of it. Before the curse disappears, he will not let go of her. Then at night, Lariat woke up. She stated, where is this? Duke replied, this is Duke Candle's mansion, because it's written in the contract that he has to give her a place to live, so he brought her here. If she thinks he was being rude to her, he will find her a different place. He will keep a copy of the contract. Lariat replied, so he already signed it? Duke replied, yes, that's the first time there is someone to ever break his curse. Lariat stated, Duke, she will be in his care from now on. She promises she will do her best. Duke replied, both of them are just employee and employer. Duke thought she is not avoiding him. What's wrong with this woman? Duke stated he was just checking up on her since she passed out earlier, so he has to go now. Lariat thought he seems to have a lot of experience in dating. But why is he in trouble? She will change his type. Duke started, just rest for today. They will talk tomorrow. Lariat was so happy and stated, illegal to show her that face when she has just woken up. On the other hand, Duke thought, what a strange person. In the morning, Duke stated she has something to say. Lariat replied, yes, she was wondering when he is going to stop pretending not to know. Duke asked how much she understands about his curse. Lariat replied she doesn't know. Duke told her it's a curse made by someone who is dead. That's why it's even stronger, and she can't break it even if she kills them. He had that curse since he was 8. This cloth has magic that stops this smell caused by the curse, so he used it. It's a curse that made his skin lose its function and start to rot. Even a purifying magician can only slow down the manifestation of the curse. Duke thought it's fine if she is disgusted by him. He just needs to lock her up and keep her by his side. He can do anything if it means breaking the curse. Lariat stated is not that hurt. What to do? It must hurt so bad. He has endured it for so long. Lariat thought she doesn't know how much he has suffered because of the curse, but she will think about what she can do. She will definitely do something. Lariat stated she promises Duke she will definitely break his curse. Duke wondered why she wasn't afraid of him. If she continued to treat him as a person and look after him with love, he would keep getting greedier for her attention. Duke stated, stop, Miss Wizard. Then he thought he couldn't believe her wrist was this thin. Duke stated, she don't have to overdo it. Lariat replied she was just checking it. The left hand looks better, with some purification magic still on it. She noticed that there is a limit to the amount of purification magic that can be held in the body. Don't worry. She will take responsibility and fix it before she dies. Duke asked, before she die? What does that mean? Lariat replied, she mean, as soon as possible. Duke asked if she was not afraid of him. Lariat replied, is there any reason to be afraid of him? He is a warmonger. He doesn't deserve to be praised as a national hero. That's nonsense. It sounds like a conspiracy from the power-filled imperial family. He is the first sword of the empire. And he is super cool. Compliments are what he deserves. The curse is ridiculous too. She is not afraid of him, but she is afraid that he won't date her, Duke stated. Let go. Lariette thought his cheeks were so soft. Duke stated that at 7 p.m., he would see her at dinner. After some time, the butler came and asked if she met the Duke. Lariette replied, yes, thanks to him. She was able to find Duke right away. She had dinner plans with him. Butler thought it's been a long time since Duke has eaten with someone. After the death of the previous Duchess, he has never sat at the table to eat. After some time at the dinner table, Lariette stated she would like to revise the contract a little. Duke saw the amendments and asked what she meant by asking him to go out. Lariette replied, to go on a date, of course. Duke thought that's the only thing she wants to add. He will be in trouble if she runs away. Then Duke added, if she disappears without completely purifying all of his curses, then she accepts any consequences of his implementation. Now they have a deal. Lariette asked how about a picnic tomorrow. His garden is really big and pretty. Duke replied, please, for now, eat her food. A few days later, Lariette thought this house is really nice. Her mana has recovered quickly too. She has to hurry up and purify him before she leaves. In the next scene, Duke stated, let's go on a picnic in the afternoon. It's very cold right now. She should head back. He has a lot of work. Lariette replied he doesn't even have time for her to work on the curse. Lariette started using her magic. After some time, Lariette stated, the curse is not very strong anymore, so one time is enough. Duke thought he didn't believe it. He has been looking for a cure for more than a decade, and he didn't know it would be so easy to clean up. Lariette stated since she purified the curse for now, they can go on a picnic. In the next scene, Duke stated she is quite passionate about the picnic. Lariette spoke, wow, look at all this food. It looks so delicious. Duke thought about the butler's voice in which he said he wished him all the success in love. Duke thought, get lost. Then Duke ate the sandwich. Lariette thought, what a beautiful face. Lariette performed her magic, and then the crown of flowers came on Duke's head. Duke stated, please don't tease him. Suddenly, the crown of flowers went through the air. Lariette was running behind it, and Duke was trying to save her. In the next moment, Duke stated he thinks it's time for her to stop running out. What is she going to do if she catches a cold? Lariette replied she won't catch a cold. She's healthy. Duke picked her up and stated, let's go back for today. Then after some time, the butler told him she has a high fever. Lariette spoke, she caught her first cold ever. Congratulations to her. Duke stated he has to go to the palace soon, so he called the priest. Duke thought she would beg him to stay with her. Is she more mature than he thought? In the next scene, the priest stated, is she the patient? He is from the temple. Let's get her treated. The priest stated, how did she end up here? Then he apologized that due to his blunt personality, he is often bullied in the temple. A junior priest like him is often ignored. There we go. Lariette thought, even though she has a lot of mana, she can't cure herself. Lariette stated, can he come closer for a second? His face looks so pale. She thinks he requires more mana. The priest was shocked and stated, that's amazing. The priest asked how about they become friends, then stated he likes her very much. Lariette thought she has never had a friend to talk to before. It's not bad to experience friendship before she dies. Lariette replied, take care of our in the future as well, priest. Then the scene changed at the temple. Junior priests welcomed the high priest. Priest asked about the wound on his forehead. The head priest replied that the healing wizard at Candles healed it. They need to find out more about her. On the other hand, Duke thought, why do he keep feeling like he have to go see the wizard? Why do he care so much about the wizard? Lariette stated, Duke, he is finally back. Duke thought it's the first time someone welcomed him at the door like this. Lariette stated the priest said they would come back in 2 days to treat her, and she would be completely cured by then. Duke stated she didn't have to greet him like this. There is no such term in the contract. Lariette asked if she missed him and wanted to see him. Did he not think of her today? Duke replied, no, not at all. Lariette asked what he was going to do tomorrow. Duke replied he had some documents to take care of. Lariette stated, "Let's go to this show. It's a famous play." She bought premium box seats for them, and tomorrow is the last show. Duke replied he is not going. He thought, where can he go with this cursed body? He is sure she will avoid him as soon as she gets in. Everyone will look at him with disgust. Duke stated, "Miss Wizard, is she not afraid of him? The title of warmonger was not given to me for no reason. At his beckoning, tens and hundreds of lives were lost. It's natural for others to be scared of him, who is very close to death." Lariette punched him, then stated she dared to attack the Duke. What will he do now? Besides, she stared at the Duke's face and held his hand without his consent multiple times. So what now? Is he going to kill her? What did she do wrong? The only answer she wants from him is yes or no. Don't pay attention to what others think, and only think of himself and what he wants to do. Give her an answer by morning tomorrow. If he says no, she will go watch it with another guy. In the morning, Lariette thought she had successfully done it, then acting mode is on. After that, Lariette thought, is he nervous? Lariette stated, let's go in, and they are the only ones in the premium seats, so don't worry. After some time, the show ends. Lariette stated, it was really fun. Duke replied, yes, it was not bad. Lariette stated she would be right back. She needs to go to the bathroom, and he can go to the carriage first. Lariette was waiting outside the bathroom. When Marquis Segreb appeared, Lariette told him that she never wanted to see him again. Marquis replied that he didn't remember what she said, calling her arrogant and claiming she was not worth anything. He suggested knowing what to do with a woman like her. Suddenly, two people grabbed her, and Marquis spoke about not forgetting the humiliation she made him feel, now that she's a commoner, and he can make her his concubine. Suddenly, his hand was cut off, and the other two people's heads were also cut off. Duke stated that he waited, but she didn't come back. He is here to pick her up, and those who don't know their place will be killed. Marquis spoke, questioning if he knew who he is. Duke replies he talking to him. Marquis was shocked. Lariette told Duke he is a Marquis, and Duke would be in trouble if he killed him. Duke replied that nothing would happen to him even if he killed him. Duke thought that the Emperor granted him the right to punish anyone he finds unworthy. He thought could he mentioning that to her. In the next scene in the carriage, Duke thought she said that person was Marquis Segreb. He needs to find out more about him. After what just happened, he is sure she is sick of his cruelty and is going to ask to quit. Lariette stated that was awesome. He is much more calmer than the main character in the play. Duke was like, what? The next day, the head priest healed her. After that, Lariette asked a question. Will incurable diseases be difficult to treat with divine power? The priest replied that if it's an incurable disease, it can't be cured with magic or divine power, but it can be cured by someone with holy power equal to that of a pope. The priest thought about why her mana was all twisted. This is a rare case where it affects a person born with a lot of mana. Usually, they leave it alone, and the person may die. However, this woman is not going to die, but she's going to suffer from bone disease for the rest of her life. Treatment won't be easy, but it won't take long. She is a useful wizard, so he doesn't mind curing it. The priest stated that if she doesn't mind, he has to try treating her on a regular basis. Then the priest hugged her and used a significant amount of healing magic. After that, the priest stated, that's it for today. He has to do it a few more times. Lariette replied, thank you, and the priest asked if she is grateful. Can she help him as well? The priest showed her his arm, which was injured. Lariette started healing him, and soon it was fully healed. The priest thought it wasn't an illusion. It's a good thing he hurt himself to check her abilities. The priest stated, here is the payment for the treatment. Lariette was shocked. A jewel. Did he just give her a jewel? Lariette stated she would serve him for the rest of her life, and wouldn't go to any other wizard besides him. The priest thought he wouldn't let her go even if she tried to run away. The next day, Lariette thought Duke had come late at night and was now resting. This was their first time in Duke's room, and after entering, she thought it was spacious and nice. Then Duke woke up and asked what she was doing there. Lariette replied that it would be better to do the purification in the bedroom today. Let's hurry up and do it. She is going to purify his upper body from today, so take off his clothes. Duke thought he was embarrassed and asked if they needed to remove the bandages. Lariette replied yes, she had to touch his bare skin. In the next moment, Lariette was shocked, thinking it surprised her. Then, she started doing healing magic, stating she couldn't purify all at once since it was a strong curse, but she would try her best to do it as soon as possible. Lariette thought she used up too much mana and apologized, saying she didn't have much mana left because she healed the priest yesterday. Also, she got depleted of mana very fast these days. Duke thought the priest is a woman and he didn't need to worry. Then Lariette fainted away. The next day, Lariette thought Duke kept avoiding her. She had been pushing herself onto him too hard. Lariette and the priest became close friends, and she told him about Duke, how he was avoiding her. The priest suggested she try making him jealous. People realize their true feelings when they see someone else with their person. Lariette replied she didn't have a man for doing that. The priest stated that's unfair, he is a man too. Lariette thought, let's talk about it after the healing is done. The operation to make Duke jealous was not a bad idea, but it wouldn't work on Duke, he wouldn't get jealous. Lariette stated there was no need for that, she would try to charm him by herself. Then she thought she would seduce him with her own power. At night, Duke came, and Lariette stated he was coming home now. She had been waiting for him. Twice a week, a party was a must, complying with party requests to go out. Did he forget? Duke thought he felt nauseous. No, it was his heart. He felt weird standing in front of this result. Duke replied that she could take him out tomorrow if she wanted, but only for a while. Lariette thought she felt like she was the only one clinging to this relationship, and Duke would only keep her here until she broke his curse. Lariette stated he must be really busy. He didn't have to go out on a date with her. She was sure Duke was busy, and she apologized if she disturbed him. The next morning, the priest thought it was hard to find a healing wizard as good as her. He needed to seduce her before their relationship became too deep. He really liked her. Suddenly, Lariette came and stated, hang out with her today. Let's eat and travel together. So, the operation to make Duke jealous had begun, and the priest replied, of course. Lariette asked why he was doing house treatments. He seemed to have a lot of money. The priest replied that usually, he didn't handle cases like Lariette's, but in this instance, someone ordered him to do it. The senior priest always forced the junior priest to go for on-site treatment. Lariette replied not to worry and told him that if the senior bothered him again, she would punish them for him. She mentioned burning their clothes in front of people or hanging them from a tree. The priest thought she could use elemental magic, and there was no way she would even consider joining the temple. After some time, another priest bumped into him. That priest stated that he was the junior priest who didn't even apologize to seniors, and should respect them. The head priest thought about whether he should just kill him, but with many eyes watching, he decided there were many ways to deal with him later. The head priest apologized, and suddenly the priest's clothes caught fire, causing people to shout about his bare underwear. Lariette stated, let's go, Doha. Afterward, she mentioned that she had told him she would punish them for him. The priest started laughing, and stated that she was really interesting. He thought so much of it that he wanted her all for himself. On the other hand, Duke thought she had been walking around all day with the priest. Her friendly priest was not a woman, but it didn't matter to him even if they became lovers. For him, the wizard was just someone who purified his curse, and he wasn't interested in being in a relationship with her. He believed that no one would ever like a monster like him in the first place, and the wizard only comforted him because she felt bad for him. In the morning, Lariette stated that they had become less busy now, and thought his face still looked amazing. Duke asked how she had been, and Lariette replied that she had been well, spending most of her time with her friend. Anyway, Doha, the priest, was coming this afternoon, and they would just stay in her room, so he didn't need to worry. Duke replied that it was fine, he didn't care. Lariette then teasingly asked if he was jealous by any chance. Duke replied that he is not jealous and doesn't even care, as long as it doesn't affect the purification process. Lariette responded with a yes, stating that she doesn't feel like eating, so she will leave first. In the next scene, the priest asked what's wrong, and Lariette replied that it didn't work. The priest thought that, of course, it didn't work on Duke. There's no way that cold-blooded man would be jealous. Now he can seduce her and make her his. The priest grabbed her and stated that now they start the purification treatment. On the other hand, Butler stated that he hopes Duke realizes his feelings soon. Duke asked what he wanted to say, and Butler replied that the priest has arrived at the mansion and is in the ladies' room right now. Duke thought there was no way he is attached. After that, Duke opened the door and saw the priest and Lariette together. In the next moment, Duke grabbed the priest's arm and stated to get away from her. The priest replied with greetings to the Duke, explaining that he is a priest from the temple. Lariette stated that they are just friends healing each other. Duke thought, how can that be just friends, and stated to the priest that he should head back now. The priest was going back and thought that the Duke had no heart, but this is funny, and he is not going to give up either. After that, Duke thought he can't believe he is so emotional. He doesn't want to be hated by her, doesn't want to hurt her, and wishes she were his. Lariette asked what she should do, if she can go for a drink with the priest, and Duke replied, don't go. Duke stated his heart, for the first time ever, started beating really fast. His eyes were unfocused, and he couldn't stop thinking about it, even if he didn't want to. When he imagined her with someone else, his blood rose. He wanted to cut off the hand that touched her right away. If this is jealousy, he is madly jealous. He was lost for a long time because he was so unfamiliar with these feelings. The proposal for dating, is it still valid? Lariette hugged him and replied, of course. Lariette thought she was going to enjoy this for 3 months and then leave, with no strings attached. Duke thought he was going to have to change his golden rule since this might be the house that Lariette lives in for the rest of her life. After some time, they were in the best boutique in the empire. Lariette thought they came to the city for their first date, and he was so cute, she couldn't believe he remembered that she didn't have any dresses and brought her here. After that, Lariette asked what he thought about this dress. Duke was shocked. Lariette then asked, which one is better, this one or the beige one? Duke stated she didn't have to choose just one. He would buy her every dress she liked and every accessory she laid her eyes on. Lariette thought Duke is a boss, wondering how much money he was spending. In the next scene, Lariette asked why he didn't answer her earlier about the dress, if she looked pretty. Duke replied that she was pretty. Then he thought she looked so pretty he forgot how to react. Duke grabbed her and stated she is really pretty. Lariette replied, really, then give me a kiss. When they were too close to kissing, suddenly the coachman's voice came, asking if he should move the luggage. In the next moment, Duke ran away. A few days later, Lariette thought there had been no progress in their relationship, since he ran away when they were trying to kiss each other. It was no different from before they started dating, and she didn't have much time to waste. Lariette asked if Duke would feed her. She wanted to be loved by her boyfriend today. Duke thought both her hands were fine, whether he really had to feed her, since she was perfectly capable of doing it herself. Duke stated, here she go. After eating, Lariette said Duke was so sweet. Duke stood up and replied that he was busy with some documents to process, so he would go first. Lariette thought Duke might be aiming for platonic love, as he seemed untouchable. Perhaps it was like this because it was still the beginning of their relationship. A few days later, Lariette stated that she was there for the purification. She didn't have much time left, and if he really hated physical contact, she would make him comfortable with it. After the purification started, Lariette suddenly collapsed. Duke asked if she was okay, and she replied that she purified a little more than last time. Feeling dizzy, she asked if he could give her a hug. Duke stated he was being very patient right now, so she better keep her distance. He couldn't keep being patient forever. Lariette replied that he didn't have to hold back, he could do whatever he wanted. Duke asked if she was saying he could really do whatever he wanted. Lariette thought all she wanted was a kiss. she felt like she was going to be eaten, without leaving anything. Lariette stated that she apologized. Lariette replied she wouldn't do this again. Duke stated he wouldn't be able to stop next time, so she should remember that. Duke thought he still needed to be careful about touching her for a while. After a few days, Lariette stated, "Shall we finish what we started last time?" Duke thought he underestimated her. The incident begins a few days after the purification during the morning. A few days back, Lariette wanted to go to the bar for a date with Duke, but she got rejected. Duke replied that he didn't like going to the bar. Duke thought he was afraid of looking like a monster because of his curse, and he apologized. Lariette replied, asking why he was apologizing. She mentioned that couples being considerate of each other's situations is the most important part of any relationship, and the location doesn't matter as long as they are together. Duke thought he could finish his work quickly so that they could have dinner together, have dreams, and talk all night. That's what he planned to do, but the meeting dragged on unnecessarily long. Duke stated, questioning how long they were going to continue this useless argument. Lariette's father shouted, asking how dare he say that. Duke thought it was Lariette's father. Nothing matched except their looks was similar. He wanted to warn him, but he refrained because he was the father of his lover. The emperor stated that, as Duke Handel said, they couldn't come to a conclusion right now, so they should stop for the day. The next moment, Duke stood up and left. Lariette's father commented on him being a little idiot, and another noble person mentioned that Duke was lucky to leave in a hurry, considering how angry he could get. Lariette's father replied, calling Duke arrogant and criticizing his disrespectful behavior toward an elder. The noble person advised him to behave wisely if he wanted to save his failing family. Duke came out of the conference, thinking that all of this was because of Lariette, since there was no one to manage the house anymore. Money kept leaking. Rayon was immature and spent a lot of money, and his wife blamed him for Lariette running away. Duke believed that everything would be solved once she came back. If she returned soon, apologized while crying and begging, he would show her mercy and accept her back into the house. He considered her lucky to have a great father like him. After some time, Lariette asked where Duke was. As he was not at the front door, the butler replied that he went to change his clothes, and then Duke arrived, stating that she didn't have to run just to meet him. After some time, Lariette suggested making a toast. Duke asked if she wasn't drinking too fast, and she replied that it was okay, as she had a high tolerance. They started chatting, and Lariette mentioned that the priest was a great friend who helped them in their relationship. She asked if she could keep getting treated by him since, in her experience, he was the best healer, and she could ask him to change his healing style. Duke thought about the kind of treatment she was getting. It was hard for him to hide his displeasure and let this happen, but for her health, he didn't want to be hated. Duke stated she could do as she pleased. In the present time, Duke thought he had to hold it in and not do anything since she was drunk. Duke stated, "Lariette, get away from him." Lariette replied that he had to do her a favor and give her a kiss. Duke thought she was drunk, so just a kiss should be enough. Duke reminded her that she promised him and should make sure to keep it. Duke kissed her on the cheek. Lariette thought it was something to give a child, so she grabbed him and kissed him. Then, Duke pushed her onto the sofa, stating that she shouldn't have gone so far. Suddenly, Lariette fell asleep, and Duke was puzzled. The next morning, Lariette came back with full energy. Duke thought she had finally woken up and wondered if she remembered anything. Lariette stated that she didn't remember when she fell asleep, only recalling until he allowed her to get treated by the priest. Lariette thought she was acting because she was embarrassed. Duke realized that she had taken his first kiss, and she didn't even remember. Duke declared that from now on, she was prohibited from drinking alcohol with other people. After some time, the priest said, "Long time no see." Lariette apologized about the other day, expressing regret that she couldn't prevent him from being kicked out. Priest reassured her, saying she didn't have to apologize, and if she truly felt sorry, she should come to him next time. The priest felt uncomfortable there. Lariette mentioned the treatment and asked if he could change the healing style, because it bothered her. She now had a boyfriend, so there should be less physical contact. The priest replied that it would be less efficient, but she should take care of her friend too. Lariette assured him that she never meant to upset him. The priest then suggested they go to the library today, and she shouldn't tell him that she wasn't allowed to go. Lariette thought it would be fine since they were only going as friends. She replied, "All right, let's do that. She think Duke is busy." The priest thought about keeping an eye on them using his servants, but as long as they were in the mansion. The Duke wouldn't be able to maintain his honor if the priest and his lover went to the library. Suddenly, Duke came and stated that he would go with them, asking if there was any problem. Lariette asked if Duke was not busy with work. Duke replied that his desire to be with her is more important. Duke asked if he could come with them. The priest didn't expect the Duke to come like this, and stated that, of course, it's an honor to be in the presence of Duke Candle. After some time in the carriage, Lariette hoped that her friend and boyfriend would get close. It's nice that they can have fun together. The priest thought that bad things might happen if he kept following them, wondering if it was anxiety or a prophecy. Suddenly, the priest was shocked and asked Duke if they were going to the Imperial Library. Duke replied, "That's right." The priest thought that a lot of people in the royal family knew him, and it would become a big problem if Duke found out who he was. The priest stated, "Oh no. What do he do?" He realized that something important was happening in the temple today, and he thought he would have to go back to avoid any problems. Lariette said, "It's okay, go ahead." After that, Lariette mentioned that it turned into a library date. Duke thought he was not a beast, he was a human, and he had to control himself. It's just a library, and nothing could happen. In the next scene, they were in the library. Lariette thought the priest asked her to go to the delivery, but they don't have much to do here, so let's look around for now. He was following her around so cutely. Lariette told Duke to stop following her around and find a book he wanted to read. Then she thought this happens a lot in romance novels. Now, would Duke come to help her take out this book? Suddenly, a nobleman came and asked if she wanted this book. Lariette thought, "Why this squid?" She told him to go away, as she didn't need his help. After that, Duke came back. Lariette asked if he saw that. Duke replied that he liked the way she deliberately chose a book that was high on the shelf, and the way she threatened a man to get lost. He liked it very much, and she should treat all men like that. Lariette asked what if he ran away when he saw her acting so fierce. Duke replied that she shouldn't worry about something like that. Still, if Lariette ran away, he would search every nook and cranny to find her. Lariette replied that, of course, she wouldn't run away, and she thought that was an unexpected answer. Then the scene changed. Both of them came back from the library and were having a chat. Suddenly, Rayon stated, "Have she been well, little sister?" Then he greeted Duke. Lariette was shocked and thought, why is Rayon here? What is he trying to say to Duke? Is he going to belittle her? How will Duke react? She doesn't want to be here. She doesn't want to be pitied. Lariette stated, "Duke, do he want to go first? She will talk to Rayon for a bit and then leave." After Duke left, Rayon stated, "He really can't believe it. Is she leaving in fear of that monster?" Lariette replied, "Be careful what he say. There is a chance he will be buried in the back courtyard of the palace." Rayon stated, "She is tearing the house apart and living like this. Even House Blanch is better than disgrace. Mother is suffering because of her. If she thought having talent in magic would make her something, she is still a nobody. At best, she is just someone who clings to the monster Duke's favor. Take a good look at her situation. So please, just come back quietly. What's the use of leaving home? She can't do anything anyway." Lariette replied, "She doesn't care. Handle their family matters themselves." Rayon slapped her. Lariette was shocked and thought, did he hit her? She left home because of him. Rayon shouted, "Don't try to be better than him. She is beneath him. Don't try to surpass him." Lariette thought, using magic inside the palace can be problematic. If they fight here, it will only spread rumors. She doesn't want to get caught and have them find out about it. She definitely doesn't want to get caught. Lariette stated, "The family lineage, she will end it." Then the egg broke. Lariette stated, "It's not significant." After some time, Lariette stated, "Please heal her quickly." The other lady started healing. After the healing, Lariette thought it seemed like the healing was not enough. The lady stated, "This is all she can do, she should have paid more for a high-level healer." In the next scene, Lariette thought she didn't have enough money, so it's difficult to receive more treatment. It's embarrassing to see Duke in this state. She wants to eat chocolate cake with him. Suddenly, the boutique owner came and asked what she was doing there. Would she like to come to her boutique for a moment? Thanks to her, she sold a lot of dresses, so she wanted to give her a gift. After some time, the boutique owner asked what she thought about this one. It's new and very popular. As a business person, she has met a lot of people. Everyone carries their own personal stories. There are also customers who had a hard day and stopped by the boutique. Maybe Lady Blanch too. She seems very exhausted today. She hopes Lady Blanch can finish her day without worries, and tomorrow will be better. Then, in the next scene, Butler asked Miss Lariette if she was okay. In the background, a maid shouted, "The young lady has been found." Lariette thought, "What's going on? They are welcoming her so warmly." Suddenly, Duke came and asked if she was all right. Lariette replied, "Of course, it's been a while since she met her family, so it took a little longer than expected." She also did some shopping at the boutique. Duke stated he was worried, and then he said, "Let's go." Suddenly, Duke asked, "What is this wound? Who did this? How dare someone lay a hand on her face?" Lariette thought, should she tell him the truth, or should she lie that she fell? Lariette stated, "It's a bruise." Duke replied, "She got it from a bare fist, and it has not been half a day yet. She also received treatment from a low-level healer, but it was of little use. He can tell just by looking at the injury." Lariette asked if he knew who it was. Would he hurt them? Duke replied, "Is there an easy way to end their life?" Lariette stated, "Don't be crazy." She apologized for making him worry, and she would take care of it. She was pretty capable, and he knew this. Duke replied, "Yes, he understands. Instead, he will call a healer for her, so please receive proper treatment." At night, Duke stated, "Jared." Then, Shadowcore appeared. Duke told him to investigate. After that, Duke wondered who attacked Lariette, what happened after he left, and what happened in the Blanch family. He need to investigate. He just hope it's in his imagination. On the other hand, at the temple, the meeting of the high priest started. Doha thought, "This is boring." His subordinate came and asked he had something to tell Priest Doha. The deputy head shouted, "Don't he see that they are in the middle of a meeting?" Then he said, "Even if Doha is considered a leading candidate for the next pope, he can't neglect his subordinate and let them behave recklessly." Doha replied, "That's right. It seems that proper management of his subordinate is necessary. It seems like the deputy head is telling him what to do." Doha's subordinate told him a message arrived from Kandel. The healing mage is unwell, and they are looking for him. Doha stated, "He has some important matters to attend to, so he will take his leave now." After Doha left, the other senior priest criticized him, asking how could he become the next pope. They questioned why His Majesty keeps such a person close. After some time, Priest Doha asked who did this. Lariette thought, why is he acting this way? The priest asked her to tell him who did this to her. Wondering if it was the Duke, Lariette replied, "No, he would never." The priest stated, "Well, if it was him, he would not be alive much longer. Who was it then?" The priest wondered who was making her keep quiet, thinking, who on earth would ever touch this woman? She is protected by the next pope and the warmonger Duke. He found it more fun when he was unaware, but once he found out, the fun would end. He knew that the Duke would handle it, so he didn't know when it would be his turn. The priest advised her not to move around too much as she was still injured. He thought she was the only one who could heal him, and they were the only ones who could heal each other. It would be difficult for him if she continued to get hurt. The priest stated, "This is a sacred bracelet with divine magic. It has a minor healing effect, so wear it at all times." Lariette replied, "A magic item. It must be expensive. How could he give her something so valuable? Thanks, but she didn't do anything for him, she apologized. The priest asked, "Why is she sorry? Just play with him. He is already satisfied with spending time with her." The priest thought the real function of that bracelet is that it constantly monitors her health. If it detects any risk or if she is in danger, it will summon him. On the other hand, Duke was reading a book titled 21 Guidelines for a Great Relationship. In the book, it was written, "Adjusting the pace of physical intimacy is essential. Going too fast can easily lead to boredom." Duke thought he didn't do anything to hurt Lariette. No matter what, she couldn't leave him. After some time, Lariette was healing Duke. She thought she did well by choosing his office this time, and not his bedroom, because it was his bed. She couldn't even think about that right now. She was not emotionally ready. After the healing, Lariette asked if he would like to cook together. She wanted to try it with her boyfriend. In the next scene, they were cooking in the kitchen. After the cooking, Lariette told Duke to open his mouth. After eating a strawberry, Lariette stated he had something on his lips. She kissed him. Lariette thought that the kiss they had after drinking was not as romantic as it could be for their first kiss. Then, Lariette also ate a strawberry and asked if Duke could clean his lips as well. Duke thought this was too much. He wondered if she wasn't worried about getting bored of him. He was terrified of that happening and didn't know what to do. He felt ashamed and pathetic. Duke cleaned her lips and stated he would leave first. Lariette thought he was running away again. The next morning, Lariette decided that she would definitely have a proper conversation with Duke. She wouldn't let him run away again. At the breakfast table, Lariette stated that Duke was so cute. Duke replied that there were other cute things. He thought he was embarrassed to be acting so childish, but he was relieved that she found it endearing. Lariette thought Duke looked so cute trying to hide his blush. He was handsome. Lariette asked him to tell her why he was upset. Duke was afraid that if he told her, she would leave him. However, he also feared the consequences of not telling her. He stated that she didn't follow his request. She ignored it. Yesterday, he had asked her to take it slow in their relationship. Lariette replied, "Wasn't it a request to go slow in cooking?" Duke, trying to leave, Lariette grabbed his arm. She asked if he was running away again. Duke requested her to let him go, explaining that she was hurting him. Lariette, concerned that she had hurt him, watched as Duke ran away. Duke thought it was embarrassing to misunderstand her and even more embarrassing to run away like this. The next day, Jared asked if he had told Lady Blanch that he was going to the palace. Duke replied that he purposely didn't tell her. Then Duke entered the room and stated, "Long time no see." Rayon shouted, "You idiot," and Duke punched him. Then, Duke stated that Rayon still didn't know his place. Duke thought that Rayon had dared to touch Lariette, his precious person whom even he was afraid to touch. He couldn't believe someone like Rayon had the audacity to harm her. Duke stated he had no intention of killing Rayon. However, he wanted Rayon to remember that he showed him mercy because he hadn't asked Lariette before killing him. After a few days, Lariette thought it seemed they hadn't made much progress for a while. They were in a 3-month dating contract, and there were only 10 weeks left. Lariette asked how slow Duke thought moving was. Duke replied that he would like to go as slowly as possible. As she knew, his body was rotting away due to the curse, his skin was decaying, and his chest was full of scars. It wouldn't be strange to call him a monster. That's why he still found it hard to get intimate with her, and he apologized. Lariette replied that it couldn't be helped then. She had no choice but to work in order to fix Duke's curse. If he was that anxious, she would purify more diligently so he could touch her without worries. Duke thought the moment he heard those words, his heart felt strangely hot. It felt like something was stirring in his chest, an incredible feeling as if something burst inside him. Was this love? In the next scene, Lariette thought she needed to purify him quickly. She still hadn't been able to heal his upper body, and she was the only one who could cure him. Who was the one who put a curse on him? There must be a wizard specialized in making curses. They are probably someone who really hates Duke, and it must have been so hard for Duke because of that curse. Suddenly, Lariette thought if she was his first love, she wasn't looking for a serious relationship, but she needed to investigate. The next day, Butler asked if there was something she wanted to ask. Lariette replied, "It's nothing special, it's just about Duke. Has he ever been in a relationship before?" Butler thought he had to answer this well. Butler replied he wasn't sure of the details, but he didn't think so. After some time, Lariette stated Duke should give her a hug. He said hugs were okay, and Duke replied the hallways were crowded and open, so next time. Then Lariette dragged him to a room. Lariette stated they could do it right there, and then they hugged each other. Suddenly, Lariette was shocked, and then she thought if he was wearing a sword, she didn't think he was. Duke was also embarrassed, and then he stated if this was enough for her, then he thought he didn't get caught. Duke asked, "Come to think of it, he had been wearing that bracelet a lot lately." Lariette replied, "Priest give it to her as a gift." Then she realized this was not the time to tell him. "Lariette, don't get her wrong. This is a gift from the priest enchanted with divine magic for good health." Duke replied, "Of course," he understood. Duke stated that when he is busy, she can spend time with that person. Lariette replied, "Really, Duke is the best." The next day, Duke had to go to the imperial palace immediately. Duke gave her a gift, and then he stated it's pretty and looks good on her. Lariette thought he is jealous because of the bracelet, so cute. After that, Duke hugged her, and then he went to the palace. After some time, Priest came and asked about the new accessory he had not seen before, mentioning it's pretty. After the treatment, both of them went downtown and enjoyed. Lariette bought a gift for the priest. Lariette stated it's difficult to do it alone, but she will do this. The priest replied, "Thank you, it's very pretty." Priest Doha spoke about hearing a strange rumor. It's been a while, but the Duke cut off arm Viscount at the theater. It was implied that he did it because Viscount harmed the Duke's partner, and that partner is Lariette. He asked if he was guessing right. Lariette replied, "Yes." She thought about what if her parents hear that it was her. She was criticized for leaving them for Duke, and what if they demand something from her? Priest stated to look at it, asking if she's okay. He reassured her that she will be fine, trusting him, as he is the lady's exclusive priest. Lariette stated, "Is he not a low-class priest?" Doha replied, "Has she been looking down on him because of that? Should he not get promoted to a chief priest as soon as possible? She should have faith in him." Suddenly, a wall broke down, and both of them were shocked. Lariette thought she only knew basic magic defense. It's dangerous, and there is a possibility they might die. She is going to die anyway, but the priest won't. She can still save Doha, layering her magic might work. Lariette thought about Duke. Suddenly, the priest covered her with his body. Lariette opened her eyes, and she thought she is not dead. Doha stated, "My lady, are she crazy?" Lariette replied that he didn't get hurt, and he shouldn't move. Her magic is weak, so if it breaks, they will be crushed by the ruins. Don't worry, she is constantly casting a spell. Priest Doha used his divine power and threw all the ruins away. Then, Doha stated, "Why did she do such a foolish thing? Why did she cast the protection spell only on him?" Lariette thought about why he was angry. There was no time, so it was an impulsive decision. Moreover, what is important is that he is safe. Lariette replied, "Because we are friends." Doha thought she is indeed out of her mind. They have only met a few times, yet she risked her life for him. He doesn't believe in things like goodwill or self-sacrifice. Everyone pretends to be good for their benefit. But why did she do that for him? What does she get from protecting him even if it means death? She truly did that for him. Lariette stated, "Anyways, we both survived. It's a relief that we didn't get hurt. It's truly amazing that he can blow up the ruins. It's going to become a flatland soon." Doha asked if she was hurt and where. Lariette replied that she is all right. What about him? Priest stated that he is okay as well. Her magic was wrapped around him. Priest Doha thought that she is acting like she is okay despite her wounds. It's frustrating. Then, he stated that she almost died, and he hopes she understands that. Lariette replied that it's okay, everyone dies anyway. Doha replied that she can't die, does she think he will let her die? Then he thought that he knows she is thinking of another man in front of him, he will overlook that, but she can't die without his permission. Lariette thought that Doha must have been surprised. Doha thought that no matter how old a building is, it can't collapse suddenly without any warning, it happened too fast. Lariette thought she had never seen Doha this angry, anyways, she is glad he is safe. After some time, Duke asked where she had been. Lariette hugged him and then stated that she is so happy. Duke asked what happened today, did she get into an accident? Duke asked he smelled some dirt on her. Lariette thought if she told him what actually happened, he wouldn't let this go. She didn't want Duke to worry about her more than he already did. Lariette stated it wasn't what he thought it was, she smelled this way because she accidentally fell down the street. Duke asked if she was hurt anywhere. Lariette replied she got slightly scratched here and there, but Doha patched her up. Lariette thought she had to purify his curse quickly, because this curse had made Duke suffer for so long without a cure. She needed to purify it quickly so that he could finally be happy. But before then, she would do her best to make him happy in this 3-month relationship. She thought her time came when that building nearly crushed her. It made her realize that if she were to disappear before finishing the purification, the only life Duke could lead would be one of misery. She couldn't let that happen, so she would break Duke free from this curse. In the next scene, Lariette started the purification. Duke asked if she was sure because she didn't look very well. Lariette replied she was okay, but she thought she wasn't okay. Her mana all drained from saving her neck and Doha. Duke asked if she was alright. Lariette replied it's cold. Duke stated he would cover her in hot water, and he would tell the maids to run some water. Lariette said she didn't feel like she could trust them. Could he be with her while she bathed? Duke's face turned red. Lariette tell him she just wanted some company. Duke thought she looked so ill. She came here to make him feel better, yet this only hurt him. This wasn't the time for him to run away just because he was embarrassed. After some time, Duke asked if the temperature was sufficient. Lariette replied the temperature was fine. But was this really necessary? Duke replied yes, please, for his sake. Lariette stated she was warning him. If he ran away, she would also run away. Duke asked was she serious? How could she say such a thing? Lariette replied she meant the mansion. She would run away as if they were playing a game of tag. Duke spoke, asking if that's what she meant. He misunderstood. He was really sorry about that. If it came down to such a scenario, the thought of tying her up did cross his mind. Lariette replied, well, could he help wash her body? She meant hair. Duke thought if that's the case, he can do it. In the next scene, Duke is washing her hair. Duke asks what this scar is. Lariette replies that when she was young, Rayon pushed her down the stairs, and she rolled down the stairs. Rayon lied, saying that she tried to push him first, and, of course, their parents were livid and scolded her. To them, she was someone who dared to dream of challenging Rayon for succession. It's nothing much. Duke thought he knew it. He should have at least smashed one of Rayon's hands. Lariette continues, saying she was locked in a room as punishment. She remembers staring at the closed doors, crying out, please open the door. Her mom said this was a fitting punishment to develop patience. She had to hold it in, all she could do is wait. Then she asks if he dislikes her hair color by any chance. Someone told her that it burned their eyes seeing her pink hair. Duke asks who dared to spout such nonsense. Tell him who did it, and he will rip off their tongue. Lariette says enough of that. Just answer her question. Duke replies, how could he not like the color? Lariette asks if just her hair is pretty. Duke replies, no, everything about her is beautiful. Lariette asks if he can kiss her. Duke states there is no place that isn't lovely, and then they both kissed. After that, Lariette stated he did great. Let's kiss again next time. A few days later at the boutique, Lariette asks why don't they have a drink with dinner later. Can he help her put her clothes on? Duke replies they are here only to buy her clothes, and Madame Charby can help her. Lariette shouts that he is so mean. Seriously. Then she asks, did she punch a rock? The next moment, Gerard shows a play card in which help is written. Duke states she can go in first, he will be back with her shortly. The next moment, Lariette is shocked. Her mother was there. Her mother asks if that's really her. How did she get here? Where on earth did she go? She was worried. Lariette replied that she was worried, but her mother came to the boutique after getting a massage with a luxurious balm. She hadn't seen any announcements in all these years looking for her. Mother spoke, saying there is nothing she can do about it. Lariette thought, really? Was there really anything she could do? Lariette's speak didn't give her any excuses. There was something she could do, but she didn't do it. She apologized, but she couldn't stand it any longer. Lariette ran away. Then suddenly, Duke came and asked who made her cry. Lariette replied she wasn't crying. It's just that she missed Duke so much that she was going out. Duke thought it was a lie, and then stated, let's go back home. Lariette thought, what kind of home does she have? She doesn't know. She guessed it's a good thing she is terminally ill. A few days later, Duke thought Lariette had been strange lately. He would like to keep an eye on her, but he had to attend an important meeting today regarding the war. In the next scene, Lariette received letters from her mother, in which she said there are so many things she wanted to say. Would her daughter meet with her separately? Please, at 5 o'clock this evening, wait for her at the restaurant. Then the next day, her mother stated, eat this first, it's a little cold, but it will be delicious. Lariette thought in the past, her mother stated that she should know how to eat properly. Fat makes her ungainly. Rayon doesn't want to eat with her, she goes to her room and eats. Lariette asked if she said she had something to tell her, that's why she came here. Mother replied that she apologized. There are so many things she doesn't know what to apologize for. She is sorry that she didn't take good care of her, she lost her, and she knew Lariette was precious. After she left, she was in shock for a long time. No one could see her. Her father, on the contrary, blunted her by saying that he could not even be a hostess. Then she got it. Lariette was the only one she came to when she was sick. She didn't know that Lariette was the only one who truly cared for her, and she turned her back on Lariette's affection. Lariette thought she didn't even know what made her get sick. Then she stated thanks for the apology. Mother, but she is not going back. Mother spoke, saying she is really sorry, she means this. But suddenly, Lariette thought, what was that? Then someone hit her from behind. Lariette fell on the floor. Then her father came and stated, that's how to make a daughter who has come back, isn't apologizing. Then, after some time, Lariette thought it's useless. Did they confine their daughter and handcuff her? Does this handcuff have magic? From now on, she must starve herself. She can't do anything like before. Suddenly, Anne, her maid, spoke from the other side of the door that the lady is okay. She should be hungry. Lariette replied she is fine and asked if Anne has been living well. The maid spoke, of course, what should they do? The owner seems to be angry. He said he wouldn't let her go and blocked all ways. She will try her best to save the lady. Lariette asked not to worry, and the maid replied she regretted letting her go. She couldn't do anything for her this time. She would try not to regret it. Talk to Shaman Jaol and steal the key. Wait for her. Lariette shouted, no, don't do that. Then, after some time, Lariette was trying to get sleep. The next moment, the door was opened. Her dad and brother came. Lariette thought, what's wrong with his face? She didn't know the reason, but she felt very happy. The father stated he locked her up so that she could think, but it looks like there is no change. Lariette replied, why must she do that? She didn't make any mistakes. The father asked if she was sure, then slapped her. He slapped her again and stated, no, she didn't do anything wrong. He spent a lot of money to raise her, but she left home and came to that house. Did she want him to be laughed at? That man made her brother's face look like that. Until she recognizes her mistake, she can't get out of this place. Then her brother stated, look, does she know how shameful he was because of her? Lariette bit her brother's hand. Rayon stated, this crazy woman. Then he looked at Lariette. He was frightened, then ran away, saying, lock the door carefully. As expected, staying with that monster Duke, she went crazy. Lariette thought about Duke, that she really missed him. The next moment, the maid's voice came saying someone is here to help her, he is downstairs. In the downstairs, Lariette's father stated, Duke, why is he here? Why did he come without notice? Jared stated, so impolite. How dare he? Duke replied that he came here to take his lover home. Lariette's father asked if he didn't understand. Duke replied that he came here to take Lariette. Lariette's father spoke. Does he mean he came here and rudely kidnapped his daughter? He then thought he didn't ask for his permission. Duke replied it would be better if he let him take her easily. To find her, he decided to do anything before he came here. In the room, Lariette asked what is she saying? Is Duke is here? The maid's voice came. Sir Joel noticed him, then he told her. Lariette saw through the window and thought, that's Duke, he came here to take her because of her. Duke is waiting for her, now this is her time to go. Lariette shouted Duke's name, then climbed up from the balcony. Sir Joel used his magic on Lariette, so she could come down smoothly. Duke picked her up. Then Duke stated, who made her this bad? He will kill him. Lariette's father was terrified. Lariette stated, Duke, let's go home. She wanted to go. Duke replied, okay, let's go. Lariette's father asked where he was taking his daughter. Then he looked at Lariette and thought, did he hit her that hard? Lariette thought, thank you, Joel. He have always helped her a lot. Thank you, she will never forget what he did for her. In the next scene, Lariette stated, Duke, thank you for coming for her. Duke thought her injury was so bad, she didn't blame him but thanked him instead. While he was thinking about destroying that family, he couldn't believe they dared to beat his Lariette. Duke apologized because he came late. Lariette asked if she could kiss him, because she really wanted to do that right now. Then both of them kissed. After that, Duke stated, no matter how much he kiss her, he still feel it's not enough. Then he thought if he could, he wanted to eat her up from head to toe, swallow everything by himself. Lariette thought she really liked Duke, even though she knew they had to break up soon. She knew how things would end between both of them, but she still loved him so hopelessly. Duke thought he would think about staying in bed with her every night. For the first time in his life, he hoped the sun would show up and looked forward to the next day. This is the first time he realized that every day is precious. Just one sentence from her could make him feel like he was going to hell or heaven. His whole body crumbled to pieces just by looking at her wound. All the words in the world were still not enough to describe his feelings for her, so he would love her with all his life. Lariette thought, is her health okay? Can she do it? Duke stated that even though he is going mad, she has to heal the wound. It's not time, he is trying to endure. Duke thought he is afraid because it will stain her. Lariette replied, all right, let's do that. The next moment, the butler came and spoke, he has come. Both of them wondered what was happening. After some time, Priest Doha stated, who made this? He thinks he told her not to hurt herself. It looks like she disregarded his words. Lariette thought about the pendant that Doha gave her, then she told him it's so beautiful that she feels a bit sorry. Doha thought, let the others hurt her where he doesn't see, so annoying, especially those lips, so uncomfortable. Doha stated, come here, is her boyfriend responsible for all this? Lariette replied, no, it's not because she was kidnapped. Doha thought, kidnapped? He thought he told her to protect her, what a shame, Duke is so bad. Then Doha healed her, and told her not to forget to wear the bracelet and bring it with her as it has a therapeutic effect. She had a wound on her face, and it was a little swollen. Doha thought she would scorn him if she got this lust, it's quite good, but he didn't want to lose this relationship. Doha asked if she was in pain, and if she wanted to let it be so. Lariette stated it's dirty, and then she thought she didn't want Doha to see this look. Doha grew up in happiness. In the next scene, Duke asked if it would be okay. Lariette replied that she was great after being treated, and she could do it. Duke asked he was afraid she would be exhausted, so let's try. Dead Lariette started healing. After some time, Lariette spoke, saying that his upper body has been purified. Duke replied, "Really? Thank you. That's why he is already impressed." Lariette stated she would purify his whole body, but it would be soon. Then she thought, come to think of it, how to purify the lower body, maybe tell him to take his pants off. Lariette stated, "This purification will take a long time, let's rest first, so the checking, let's do it next time." Duke replied that part is normal because he is afraid she will misunderstand. Lariette thought she would go first, a crazy moment. Then at night, Lariette thought many things happened today, some of that she is so grateful for, with Duke who came to help her, and Doha who cured her. Moreover, Anne and Sir Joel who saved her. She wanted to take Anne along, but she is just staying. How can she do it? Why should she dedicate herself to that stupid family? If she didn't know she was going to die, she would have been tortured by the family for the rest of her life. Because she is happy, she feels very worried. Because she is happy, she doesn't want to die, because she likes the thoughtful appearance, cute face that only she knows. That silent jealousy, she likes Duke. But Duke Osrahan seems not to love her like this. Even if she dies, he will still live well because he is just a 3-month lover of hers. Suddenly, Lariette thought her father was there, who was trying to slap her. She was frightened. Then she shouted for help and ran away, thinking, somebody help her. Duke came and asked what happened. It's too cold outside, she should go inside first. Then, after some time, Duke asked if she was hurt anywhere. Lariette replied, "No, it's just that she is afraid of thunder. Aside from the thunder, it seems she is more afraid of being alone." Then again, the lightning struck, and Lariette hugged Duke. Duke thought about the past when a dying soldier asked for help, pleading with Duke not to let him die like this. He thought the situation was just like that. Lariette asked if she could sleep there, holding her hand. It was fine, she would sleep alone, and she apologized for asking too much from him. Then again, lightning struck, and Lariette's condition worsened. Duke grabbed her, and Lariette replied it's all fine now. Duke stated she could just sleep in his room. After some time, Lariette spoke, assuring that she really wouldn't do anything, so he shouldn't be worried. Duke replied he wasn't worried about anything. Lariette replied, "It's too obvious," and then Duke told her to please stop. The next moment, Duke spoke, asking her not to let anyone do anything to her. Then he thought she teased him on purpose. Even if she was scared, she still acted as if she were fine. He wondered why every time he wanted her to rely on him, she kept tolerating it all by herself. He hoped she would give him everything of her, as the biggest and most secure thing he had would also disappear if she didn't. On the other hand, Lariette's father shouted, asking why nobody came. The butler replied they had tried contacting them again, but they said no priest could come now. Duke shouted, expressing his disbelief at their response. He then thought that after Lariette's kidnapping, compared to creating a fuss leading to rumors of him letting his own daughter spread, it would reduce the damage if he let Lariette go. Then, Rayon was coming down the stairs and saw Duke's shadow core person. The next moment, Rayon slipped from the stairs and fell to the floor. Duke thought his son's both legs got injured, and right now, no priest was taking on the job of treating him. He wondered what he should do and thought that if Lariette were here, she would be able to treat him. Since she wasn't there, he decided to bring a carriage to take him to the temple. In the next scene, Duke shouted in the temple that he wanted his son treated right away. There were many priests there, so he wondered why no one was capable of treating him. Suddenly, Bishop Mikhail came. Duke was shocked and thought about this successor pope. Mikhail asked who was making a fuss in Altian Temple and asked him what happened. Duke thought he can't act embarrassingly in front of someone who will become pope. Rayon tried to speak about the management of the temple, but Duke cut his sentence and said they were terribly sorry for disturbing him because his son needs to be treated immediately, so he was kind of in a hurry. and that's why he came there. Mikhail thought he had told the other officials not to go, and then he stated it seemed like his assistants had made some mistakes. He apologized and said he would treat the young master himself. Duke was so happy and asked if the bishop would really treat his son himself. He wondered who he was to receive this honor. Then thought if his son would really be treated by that arrogant bishop, Duke Candle could not even have this treatment. If this relationship with the successor pope went well, he might soon regain the glory he used to have. Duke told Rayon he is the person who will become the next pope and to watch his manners. After some time, Mikhail asked why Rayon got injured. Rayon replied that he tripped but couldn't complete his sentence. Mikhail grabbed his hand and asked if this injury was from that accident too. Then he thought Lariette's teeth marks are cute, and he cannot leave her trace on this man. Rayon stated that a guy who comes from a lowly background, the successor Pope Mikhail, the son of a prostitute who used to live on the streets, should know that the rumors have spread about him being a lowly idiot. Mikhail replied that Duke has gone too easy on him, a stubborn idiot who doesn't know his place like him. He said he could not be forgiven with just this. His legs and arms should have at least been cut off. Rayon tried to punch him, but Mikhail dodged the punch, and Rayon fell on the floor. Rayon thought about how Mikhail dodged that, and Mikhail replied that he used to struggle to survive on the streets, and Rayon shouldn't have thought he couldn't dodge a punch from an idiot like him. Mikhail said this is nothing compared to what he used to do to survive. Rayon spoke that he felt so dizzy, and Mikhail replied that he had adjusted his magic pulse. He told Rayon that he would explode to death after 2 months in this state, and asked how he felt, saying it's so much fun. He explained that he couldn't heal him, as he is not someone with superpowers, and no one would be able to do that. He suggested that young master should act more wisely. Rayon thought he didn't want to die, especially in this way. Rayon asked what he had to do for him, and Mikhail cut his sentence, telling him that if he dared touch Lariette one more time, that would be the day he died. On the other hand, Lariette woke up, and Duke asked if she was awake. Lariette thought seeing such a handsome face so early in the morning was the best thing ever. Lariette asked why he looked so worn out and if he perhaps didn't sleep well. Duke asked what she was doing today, and Lariette replied she was thinking of calling Doha here first. Duke told her to go ahead. Lariette told him that she would sleep with Duke Osrahan, and Duke was blushing. Lariette told him she was just kidding. Duke thought that sleeping together for just one night is enough. He wasn't able to sleep the whole night, and he doesn't have enough confidence to tolerate this anymore. In the next scene, Duke asked what he was doing there. Butler replied that the master always had faith in him, believing that the day would come, and he is totally sure. He discussed the wedding preparations, including the wedding dress and the rate of the wedding. The wedding ceremony of the Candle family must be blended, and if the lady doesn't feel too pressured, they have to organize an even more magnetic effect wedding ceremony than that of the royal family. The main color of the princess's room with big golden details was mentioned. Duke asked Butler to stop. And Butler asked why he told him to stop, stating it's time to get down to work as this should be prepared in advance. Marriage is a once-in-a-lifetime event, and even for a busy person, it cannot be taken lightly. Duke thought about his marriage and whether it would be suitable for him. He wanted to try to have some hope for the marriage with her. Duke replied that he doesn't have any plans about getting married. Butler asked about them sleeping together. And Duke told him he did not do anything that holds him accountable. He had to go out, so Butler was asked to prepare quickly. Butler thought about Duke's situation. Not knowing if that's really the case, Duke may not know anything. He have been very busy since he had been through a lot on the battlefield. If that's the case, he help his master. The scene shifted to Lariette, who came to see Doha without any previous intention. A junior priest asked why she came, and Lariette replied that she came to see a friend named Doha, a priest of lower rank with beautiful silver hair. Another priest recognized her and offered to take her to his place. On the way, Lariette speak, how can he stay in this room if he is just a priest? It seems like Altian Temple is very wealthy. Doha came and asked why she came without contacting him in advance. Lariat clarified that she didn't mean to surprise him. Doha replied that he was so surprised and asked why she came. Lariat explained that she came to thank him for treating her yesterday and had a favor to ask. Doha thought she wanted something from him and asked what it was. Lariat requested Doha to teach her how to use magic. Doha initially hesitated, stating that he is a priest. Lariat argued that divine power and magic share the same traits, and as a purification mage, she wanted to properly control her magic power. She expressed her desire not to be useless in certain situations, and to protect herself when alone. Lariat stated that she fully trusted Doha, as he was the only person who could help her, and she didn't know any wizards. Doha agreed, but he asked if she could help him in return, no matter what it is. Lariat replied, if it was to accept anything, it would be a scam contract, right? What if he told her to carve her name on her butt or sing and dance in the street? Doha was smiling and replied, yes, the contract must be written, so decide that she will accept it if it's not too unreasonable. Lariat decided with her own conscience, at this level, it isn't a disruptive condition. Lariat replied, okay, the deal is successful, so by the way, how about starting today? Rayon thought she made him feel very interesting. He wanted to be closer to her than anyone else, and he wanted to learn everything about her. Maybe his interest in her would soon cool down, but he would be the first to taste the delicious stuff. Suddenly, a priest came and said someone looking for him. Doha thought, so that old man came, and then he said, sorry, it must have been difficult today. Lariat replied, no, it's because she came by suddenly, and he is so busy that she bothered him. Rayon said he would come find her soon, then he thanked priest for giving him this room. After that, a junior priest was actually smiling, thinking that what the hell is this? Lariat thought to the extent that he has to borrow someone else's room like this, doesn't seem like his situation is very good. She guessed she won't be stubborn to look for him from now on. Doha stated, he is a really bad actor. The assistant priest replied, because he is not a crafty person like him, and Doha told him, this is the basic virtue that a person living in Altian should have. The assistant priest tell him high priest is looking for him. Doha thought he was going to come to blame him again, perhaps because the current pope's health is not good, and he was afraid he would become the pope. On the other hand, Lariat said, they come back at the same time, isn't this too charming? Duke thought, although today is a boring day, just being with Lariat like this makes him happy. He wondered if it was because of purification magic, even his hurt is purified. Butler spoke about ordering a new servant to wash the blankets, but she dipped the entire blanket in water and left it there. Although the master's blanket is normal, there is no blanket for the lady to use. Duke suggested going out and buying one. Butler replied that they searched hundreds of stores, but found nothing to match the Candle Mansion. It would take a few days to receive them. Lariat said she was okay, but Duke suggested giving her his blanket. Lariat asked, no, how can she steal Duke's stuff? Duke replied, it's okay because it's very cold at night, it's better not to catch a cold. Butler said, so what does they think if they sleeps together for one more day? Lariat stated, if so, then everything is solved. Duke was like, what? Lariat asked. Don't he like sleeping with her? Duke stated, how could that be? Lariat told him, so let's go eat, she is so hungry. Do not worry, she absolutely will not touch him like yesterday. Duke thought, this is not the problem. Well, he just needs to try and endure it, do not worry. Then at night, Lariat came and brought a present for him. She asked, can he guess what this cake is? Duke used his brain and replied, cream. Lariat stated, yes, that's right, can he like cakes? Duke thought, he decide to like it from today. Then Duke stated, she can eat first. Lariat thought, where's the towel? If she does something more sinister, will he run away again? Duke stated as she said earlier, lovers often wipe each other's right. Then they start kissing. Lariat thought his eyes, It's like he is going to eat her up. Lariette stated that she is not eating anymore, she is full. Duke replied, just a bit more, he still feels hungry. Then after some time, Duke stated that he feels a bit fuller. Lariette spoke, they have to finish the purification quickly. Duke asked, what will she do when the purification is over? Lariette replied, she doesn't even know, so sleep well. Duke thought if she stays by his side forever, he can control his cowardly desire and lust to possess her. Lariette fell asleep, but she didn't know what she was doing. Duke thought he had to stay away, but if he moved, she would wake up. Duke thought, please, he has to control it, someone help him. As expected, the next morning, he hadn't slept at all today. Lariette read the note from Butler that because it rained last night, the blanket is still not dry. She will probably have to share a room for a few more days. He will bring food up to their room. Duke thought he would rather be killed. And then the fourth day comes, he finally gives in to sleeping. Lariette thought he is really in a deep sleep. He is handsome even when he sleeps, he is the national treasure. Duke was asleep when he started saying, stop now, mother. Lariette thought she heard the rumor about Duke. People say that the Duke and his wife passed away when he was very young. Not only did he lose his wealth and honor to his distant relatives, but he was forced to go to the battlefield with his body cursed. How hard did he have to work when he was young? The only thing she can do for him is breaking the curse. She will definitely break all the curses for him, both his heart and his body. She will help him live a normal and happy life, just like everyone else, so that even if she leaves, he will always be happy. Suddenly, Duke woke up and asked if she just said that she would leave him. Lariette replied, where, does she have anywhere else to go? Duke asked, perhaps he heard that she said she would go. Lariette replied, where can even she go? Then she thought there is still 1 month left in the contract's term. She would be very sorry to part with him. Fortunately, she just likes him, not loves him. She will stay with him until the contract ends. The next morning, Duke thought he seemed to have had a pretty good dream, but he couldn't remember anything. Lariette asked if he slept well. Looking at his condition, they have to purify his lower body gradually. Both of them were blushing and embarrassed at the moment. Meanwhile, the elephant thought, so those two haven't forgotten him. Then Lariette stated the purification of the lower body should be left for next time. She has to see Lady Charvet for a while. Aren't he going to the palace? Duke thought that because Danube showed signs of the outbreak of war, it's hard for both of them to spend time together. Lariette asked if he can do anything with her after this. Duke thought, sure. She won't ask him to do anything weird. Duke replied, yes. Lariette spoke, that's good. Now in the diary, swimming, hot spring, beach, festivals, night view, and prom are remaining. The next day, Jared, a high-ranking personnel who is also the captain of Renoche, is protecting Lariette. He also thought about what on earth he is doing. Madame apologized for sending her letter on her own. She has decided that she won't be hosting the Blanch family anymore. Of course, Lady Lariette is an exception. Lariette thought that the Blanch family doesn't have much money left, so it can't be spent on extravagant purchases. Then she asked if anyone came here. The princess stated that yes, she will just go somewhere else. It's been a while. Lariette greeted the princess, and then she thought it's awkward to see the princess again. Erzébeth Harshan, princess, has been known to have an outstanding beauty from birth. In the pile of engagement, the emperor gave permission. Princess chose Rayon. That was before the Blanch family collapsed, so it was a very good choice. Then, in the past, Rayon shouted, don't be arrogant, the princess asked, so why is he better than her, a brat who can't even beat her? Rayon shouted, what if she is stronger than the other princess? Anyway, she will become his wife. Just like that, the engagement was annulled. For about 5 years, they both never met again, because she had to avoid seeing her as she was too embarrassed. But hasn't she changed so much in the past 5 years? The princess spoke that she has no intention of making her feel burdened. Lariette replied that she has received help from him before. Then she thought, Her beauty is out of this world. But anyway, her name has been crossed out from the civil status, so she doesn't need to pay attention anymore. The princess stated that he seems to have changed quite a bit. Lariat replied, "Please call me Lariat." The princess replied, "Of course, she could also call her Lariat." Lariat thought that face is constantly persuading her, she have no other choice. In the next scene, in the carriage, Lariat thought anywhere she will be dead in a few months, but why does she keep seeing people? But this is the first time. Why do good things keep happening when she is about to die? Anyway, she will be leaving to go on secretly, so no one will know. If it's not a very special relationship between them, just that is enough. The next moment, Doha asked what she is doing here. Then, outside the garage, Doha told her that this is a special place, and full of good energy. The magic here is very clean and moves very fast. This is the best place to practice. So now, try using the magic she uses every day. Lariat thought he was going to see how she uses magic. Then, Lariat used wood magic. Doha thought too much magic is consumed unnecessarily. This is just like extinguishing the candle and emptying the bathwater. Doha told her this time to try using magic on his body. Let him check more closely how it moves. Then he thought that he didn't expect it to be so smooth and soft. Then he asked if that's all the magic she just put in. Lariat replied, "Yes, and like this, both of them were in the air." Then her power crumbled. Lariat was trying to help him. Doha thought she knows that he is stronger and more capable than her, but every time she always runs to save him. Doha spoke. "It's okay, nothing will happen." Lariat stated, "Wow. Looks like she is a genius." Doha replied, "That's right, she is a genius, but there is still a lot to teach her. Don't she know how to use magic to attack, what to do in dangerous situations, where to attack, how to escape, how to recognize and avoid harmful situations? She need to learn those things." Lariat replied, "Yes, teacher, everything depends on the teacher." After the training, Lariat thought she had been studying all day, so now she can control magic more comfortably. Doha thought, was a genius like this not properly educated all this time? She doesn't seem to care much about that. Is it possible that the girl has genius qualities? He became more interested, thinking it should be time to get bored. Doha stated, "Have she heard of that? A very happy festival is being held in Isis. It's a festival like the flower festival, night market, costume party, so we can go." Lariat replied, "Going on a date with Duke there would be great. Thanks for that information. Being his friend is truly a blessing." Doha replied, "Yes, of course, be careful. When she come back?" After that, he thought, why is he so upset? In the next scene, Lariat spoke that she would bring him some good news. There is a flower festival going on in Isis, and tomorrow they will go there. Duke asked about the curse and when it will start to be okay. Lariat replied. He asked when he will be able to go, after the curse is completely purified. Can he really go then? Now he can see, there is no curse on his body. She won't force him to do much. They will get there late to visit the night market, and then they will be wearing masks again. So, will he come with her? Duke replied, yes. Then at the festival, Lariat asked if he ate cotton candy. Duke replied, yes, and then he ate the candy. Lariat told him they should go to the square. There is still time until the costume party. Duke thought everyone's eyes seemed different from before. Not fear and disgust, but then he stated he would have another bite. Lariat told him, what is he doing? They are outside. Duke replied, no one is looking. Lariat stated, she dunno. Obnoxious, then thought, why is he so skilled? He's not normally like that. Anyway, they have come this far. Then Lariat saw Duke with another girl. Duke thought she's not afraid of him. Although his scent is much lighter thanks to the purification, but still, he feels unfamiliar. Lariat was running in the opposite direction and thought if she leaves, Duke will probably fall in love with another girl. She already knows that too. But why does it seem like it just happened? What she wants is Duke's happiness. It's not like she is jealous. The next moment, A person came and asked if she was hurt anywhere, and if she could drink. Luckily, he just bought it, and she saw there was nothing strange inside. Lariette replied, "Thank you." The person stated, "He have been struck by love lightning." "He is in love," Lariette replied. "She has a boyfriend," the person stated. "They said that's what the people in the capital say to turn down others." Lariette thought this man's accent is from the West. Then the person spoke, "Is he too rude? Even if he is refused, he needs to do it properly, the capital's style." "Oh, beauty stole his heart, please be his friend." Lariette thought he is doing what people did 10 years ago, then she stated, "No." The next moment, Duke attacked him, and the person defended himself. Duke stated, in front of him, "He must want to die." The person replied, "He doesn't want to, perhaps he is her boyfriend." Lariette thought that person didn't push Duke but stopped his sword. The person spoke, "It seems that he is more handsome." Lariette shouted, "What is he talking about? Get out from her boyfriend." The person stated, "So rude. He doesn't know that they are a couple. He thought that was a lie. If it's true, then he wouldn't confess." Lariette replied, "But she will still say no, so get out." The person spoke, "Apologize. He really didn't know. He fell for her, what a pity." After that, Duke asked why she left him, and he thought if Lariette accepted that confession, what would happen? Lariette apologized that she was lost. "Thanks for finding her." Duke asked if she waited for him. Lariette replied, "Of course, she missed him so much. She apologizes for disappearing suddenly. He must feel shocked." Duke replied, "No. Because he was focused, he will not be like that again." Lariette told him it's time. "Let's dance. He will be very remarkable. So can they go?" Duke replied, "Yes, they can go." Then, after some time, Lariette thought it was different from the party of the nobility, so free. Then she stated, "Let's dance." Duke thought he didn't expect this day to come. The smell of a dead body, the hatred looks from others, the existence that is different from anything else. Lariette gave him a new life, a chance to live like normal people, not a monster. A normal life of a normal person. No one can know. A monster like her is dancing just like everyone. She is the person that looked at him full of love. While he is very clumsy, how can he stop loving her? Lariette stated, "She loves him." Duke replied, "He also loves her." Lariette asked, "Where is he going to kiss?" Then, he kissed her hand. Lariette stated, "What does he do? It's so soft." Then she asked Duke if he would sleep with her. Duke was shocked. Lariette stated, "He doesn't even have that kind of determination to ask to kiss her. His face is really thick. So the punishment is that kissing is prohibited in the near future." Duke thought, "Is it true?" The next day, Duke asked if she wasn't going to work with him today. Lariette replied, "What does he do? Why is her Duke so pretty?" Duke asked if he was so pretty, then kissed her. Lariette replied, "She is not doing it today. She says that this is a punishment. Did he forget?" Duke replied, "From now on, he won't kiss her outside anymore, so now they can kiss." Lariette replied, "Prohibit the use of male beauty." Lariette thought, "Isn't that very interesting? She is really enjoying seeing Duke begging like that." Then, a few hours later, Doha asked if she looked pretty happy. Lariette replied, "Thanks to him, she went on a fun date." Doha replied, "Very good. Now let's practice using magic power." Lariette told him, "Yesterday at the festival, she met a strange person who came to confess to her. He really is a strange person." Doha thought, "Why did he feel angry? How dare a common man attack her?" Then, after some time, Doha asked if she was also going to destroy the vacant lot today. Lariette replied, "She is wrong, teacher." Doha spoke, "Let's just leave the magic power alone. They have to learn how to fight. She has to start learning from the most basic, starting with how to kill people. If she uses magic in this position, she will surely die instantly." Lariette asked Doha, "What is he doing?" Doha spoke, "Come on. Try to kill him. This is not a joke." Lariette pushed him back. Then she thought, "Why is life so cruel? Even if she wanted to live, she wouldn't live much longer. Now she has the thought of wanting to continue living. Feelings of jealousy, indignation, and suffering. Doha asked, "What does she think reality is?" Lariat replied, "Like it's okay to travel alone because they can go at any time." Doha told her, "Lady, life out there is not so gentle, right now. If she goes out into the streets of this capital, for those who use power, she will become the best target. Doesn't she know that, remember it carefully, if she doesn't attack the enemy with the intention of killing them, then she will be the one to die." Lariat thought, since she only has 3 months to live, before she dies, she wants to travel. However, she doesn't want to die unjustly while traveling, or because she hates being kidnapped by the family again. She wants to learn how to protect herself, since traveling is when she is about to die, she will have to go without telling anyone. She knows that the world hasn't been kind to her, and even if she wants to protect herself, she has to accept harming others. Lariat thanked Doha for his advice. Doha thought that he could save her no matter what, but the fact that she is in a dangerous situation makes him hate it. He said such malicious words, and she will understand him because she is a very kind lady. Doha stated, "So let's do it again. Try to attack with the determination to kill him. He won't be powerless to endure. He is stronger than her. If he get hurt, she just need to heal him." Lariat asked, "But if he are injured, won't he feel pain?" Doha thought about this feeling. Every time he saw this woman, he felt a strange discomfort. Doha stated, "There is no time for her to think about useless things. Now try blocking him." Lariat couldn't avoid him once. Doha asked, "Is magic like jewelry or what?" Then, Lariat used water magic. Doha replied, "Usually, he take a hot shower, so he will let her win once." After the training, at the palace, Lariat thought that starting today, she would purify the lower body of Duke. However, she had to touch bare skin to do it. In the next scene, Lariat suggested starting with a lower body purification, and she would start from the knee. Duke replied with an absolute no. Lariat told him that since this is a must-do, please take it seriously for her. Then she thought the curse here is serious. Thanks to Doha, it's easier to use magic now. Lariat stated, "The purifying is done." Duke was literally hungry, and the elephant trunk was also standing up. Both of them were shocked. Then Duke kissed her, and the next moment, they were very close to each other. Lariat thought about the first night with Duke. Duke, however, thought that as expected, if he did this, Lariat would hate him. They should have waited until deep purification was complete before doing this. Lariat stated that he is very handsome, and nowhere on his body is ugly, Duke thought, if she says so. Lariat then said, "Come on," and the whole elephant dance. The next morning, Duke asked if she was exhausted. Lariat replied, couldn't he see her condition now? Duke told her that even though it's morning, they could try one more time. Lariat replied, "She is gonna die." The scene then changed to Duke Osman's mansion, where the princess spoke about her best friends usually gathering there. She wanted to introduce them to Lariat, stating that they are all kind people. After some time, Syria asked if it were not for them, would she not be a commoner? Why could a commoner like her become a Miss Else? Earl spoke, "Lady Mirzan, be careful with her mouth." The princess also stated that she was being rude. Syria replied that it hasn't been long since she debuted with the elite, so she apologized if she had been impolite. Lariat spoke, saying it's okay and could be misunderstood. Then she wondered if there was any reason why Syria did this on purpose. At the end of the party, Earl told her that although she didn't want to talk behind her back like this, it had not been a few weeks since Syria started playing with them. At the opening ceremony, she was bullied, and the princess felt pity and took her with her, so she thought it's better to keep her distance from Syria because she is very careless. As for the judgment, she had to test it herself, and she warned her in advance that during the verification period, she would have a bit of a hard time. Duke arrived and stated that he missed her, asking to take her away. The other girls were shocked, and Duke greeted everybody, requesting permission to take Lariat away. In the carriage, Lariette asked if he said he had entered the palace, and Duke replied that he wanted to be with her a little longer. Lariette mentioned that she also had an appointment, making it difficult to stay with him for a long time. Duke then stated that although he didn't know for sure, it seemed like doing things in a carriage wasn't that bad either, and she should be punished. Lariette wondered what he ate to be this handsome, considering him a threat to the palace and the country. Suddenly, a voice came, saying they had arrived. Lariette got out of the carriage, and Duke suggested she come home later, and they would take care of it. Lariette thought that if he stayed like this, she would divide the room into a separate bedroom. In the next scene, Lariette asked if the clothes he wore today were a little different. Doha replied that the other set got dirty, so today they would learn how to hide, which was why he invited her to come there. Lariette mentioned that if it's about hiding, it would be very beneficial for survival. Doha thought about why he was like this. She didn't say she liked him or anything. Then he said the goal was to make herself invisible in the ground, so that no one was aware of her existence. Lariette used magic, and asked if it was like this, right? Several hours ago, Doha thought it was so boring to die. Today, his mood is not good, and he wonders if they really have to ruin it like this. All of them were killed. Doha believed a person who is afraid of hurting him doesn't dare to attack him properly. If she saw this, she might turn away from him. He had to change his clothes just because of a girl, the first time he appeared in front of Lariette with this dirty appearance. Used to hate feelings called love. He didn't want to make the mistake of thinking that he liked her, but it looks like he really wanted her. If she knew about his identity, how would she react? High Priest of Altian, also the successor pope, when looking at the power equal to the emperor that he had, would she be interested in his position? Or would she be disgusted with his past? Even if she didn't receive love and grew up, she is still the princess of the Duke house. Doha spoke, saying he had something to buy, and could he leave for a bit, he would be right back. Lariette replied, saying yes, she would be there to practice. After some time, a person stated, asking if he knew his life was worth it. He really wanted to quickly taste his blood. Now, die. Doha thought about how to kill him neatly without getting his clothes dirty. Suddenly, Lariette came and used her magic. The person was killed, and Lariette asked Doha if he was okay, if he was injured anywhere. Doha thought the noble lady grew up in velvet, a woman who also does harm, someone finding it difficult and scary, but she killed people because of him. So, it turns out that he already loved her. But no way, he must be wrong. It has to be a misunderstanding. In his mind, a woman appeared who loves him, considering him her most precious treasure. Doha thought it's that same disgusting love. Doha spoke, saying he is okay and thanking her for saving him. He would have died if it were not for her. Now, they should stop here, and he will take her to the horse wagon. After that, Doha stated that the person was an assassin sent to kill him. He told her he had found some mines, and it's because of that. So, there is no need to worry. The assassin had to die, and she is his savior. Lariette replied, telling him to be careful. Doha thought he wanted her to know right now that her touch made his heart flutter. Then he stated she needed to go and have a nice trip. In the next scene, Lariette thought she can't make Duke worry. He is busy enough already. Duke asked if something happened, who bullied her. Lariette replied that nothing happened, and he should trust her. Then, Duke looked at Jared, who signaled to him that something must have happened. Duke thought that she doesn't have to tell him if she doesn't want to, but he must say that he is thankful she lied for his sake. However, he cannot do nothing. After some time, Lariette thought 50 days have passed, and there is only 1 month left. She doesn't want to die in front of Duke. She doesn't want him to see her body exploding. She has to leave before it's too late, but can she leave him? At night, Lariette thought Duke's body technique has almost improved. It seems like his emotional shock is getting better. She doesn't have enough time to fulfill all the things that she wants to achieve. She has always wanted to travel with Duke. She is getting used to this. She just has to stay strong. Everything will be fine in the end and return to normal. The next day, Genvier stated, "Isn't it beautiful?" They brought them from the east. Lariat replied that she had never seen something like this. Then she asked Miss Syria if everything was okay. Syria replied that she loved her dyed hair color, and as she could see, her eye color is pink. Lariat suggested they could exchange them if she wanted. The other three stared at Syria. Lariat spoke that she didn't have a problem with the exchange, but the lady had already chosen them for them. It would be rude to do so. She thinks getting her agreement is a priority. Genevieve replied, as long as it's with Lariat, then she is fine. Syria said, wow, thanks. And then she asked about the type of relationship between Lariat and Duke, wondering if they were dating each other. Lariat thought she couldn't tell her that it's a contractual relationship, so she just smiled. Syria commented that she had never seen such a handsome man, and wondered why people say he is a cold man. Earl stated that it doesn't matter if he's handsome or not, in the end, he has a lover. Syria asked if they were thinking of getting married. Lariat replied that it's a question she can't answer right now. On the other hand, Duke asked about Doha, if he's a son of a merchant who devoted himself to faith since he was a child. The information is perfect, and it seems like it was prepared earlier. Jared asked the master about the meeting this morning, what they were going to do, and if they had to prepare for war. Duke replied that they are not going to war. In the past, he would have stepped forward without hesitation, but now he is not intending to divorce her. Duke asked, how are the new knights doing in La Noche? Jares replied, don't bother himself with that. Melissa is training them properly, but 2 of them. Suddenly, Lariat appeared, and Jared was gone. Lariat said, is he tired of practicing sports? Let her wash him. The next morning, Lariat thought Duke went to work in the imperial castle. Then Butler came and apologized, saying he could not call the priest. Lariat wondered if Doha was busy this much, and if there was a problem. Butler asked about her agenda for today. Lariat thought it's time, and then stated she would go to the downtown alone for a moment, and that she should prepare for living. The next scene, Lariat thought she had to buy new clothes and books. Doha paid her generously every time she cured him, so she didn't have to worry about money. On the other hand, the high priest asked, what does he want from him? Doha, who is actually Michael, replied, isn't Minister Giralvo working for him? The high priest asked he didn't understand what Michael was saying. Doha thought as soon as the Pope's health got worse, it was obvious he became a big threat for him. His relationships and authority were beyond him, but his skills did not surpass him. Since he is the second candidate for the Pope position, he probably wants to see his competitor die. Does he think he is escaping the punishment? The high priest stated he heard Michael was going out frequently lately. Does he have something outside? Maybe he found love. Doha thought he can't let him discover that. He can't let Lariat get hurt. Doha replied, such an imagination he have. They say the more they get old, the more they become childish. This is his lost warming. It's better not to provoke him, because he doesn't have any idea about what he can do. The high priest stated, exactly like his mother, acting like an idiot falling into a pathetic love game. Doha got angry and grabbed the high priest. Doha's assistant came and told him he had a schedule to fulfill. The high priest stated he should be careful as he is leaving. The assistant thought he didn't know what was happening, but he had to calm him down, or he would get in trouble. The assistant priest told him they got a call from the castle, and his friend was looking for him. He told her that he is not in, exactly like he told him. Doha thought it's dangerous to discover if he has someone he loves. If something happened to her, he is not ready to meet her yet. He is afraid of causing trouble because he loves her. Doha told her not to call her, prepare the carriage for him. In the imperial palace, the princess stated she apologized because she didn't recognize her before, but it's all because of her dumb brother. She heard some rumors about him. It seems he is sick. They say that he stays the whole day in bed. His appearance distorted, and he became handicapped because of the incident. She heard he is sick of an illness related to mana. That's why Duke and Duchess are concerned. Lariat thought is he sick with the same incurable disease as her. Does that mean that it's a hereditary disease? The princess spoke. telling her because it seems like a big deal for her family. Is she okay? After hearing all that, she must have choked. Lariette thought about what she should do. She felt like she was going to throw up. She is sure that even if they have the same disease, they will get different treatments. She feels bad and terrified about her future. The princess asked if she was okay. Lariette replied yes, and then she thought she didn't want anyone to know about her death. She had to go somewhere far alone. The next day, Lariette asked if he knew how concerned she was. Had he found who was behind all that? Doha replied yes, everything is okay now. Lariette spoke, saying it's great, but please answer her frequently, they are best friends. Doha replied, of course, best friends. Lariette thought thanks to Doha, she is still alive without suffering any disease yet, how beautiful to die without pain. Doha thought just holding her hands makes his heart flutter. He wondered if she could feel his heartbeats while holding his hand. Even he could feel his own. If she knew about his feelings, would she love him? Suddenly, the butler came and gave her a letter. Lariette read the letter that was from Urzi, a soulmate. Doha thought, soulmate, who is he? Lariette thought maybe he felt a bit left out. She said, we used to know each other from a while ago, but we got quite close recently. We are good friends, and we get along with each other. She thought he is my first female friend. Doha told her, when you were with me, focus only on me. Lariette thought, I definitely think he feels left out. Doha continued, I am sorry, I think I have crossed the line. Lariette replied, no, it is fine, I completely understand. She thought about his expression, then she told him they should get started with the lesson. Doha thought, I don't know why, but I feel frustrated inside. After that, Doha thought, is he one of the candle knights, that direction he is going? I don't care what the Duke does, as long as it does not harm Lariette. On the other hand, nobles were shouting, that is why I am saying that the Duke must join the better side. The other one replied, are you planning to run away from a small kingdom like Danube with your tail between your legs? The Duke thought, if you are going to die, do it on the battlefield, die. If you are going to retreat with your tail between your legs, run away. It is magic, do not die, hide. Breathe, leave them, they are already dead. I don't want to return to the battlefield again. Is wanting to leave with the person I love too much to ask for? Why can't these people just leave me alone? Syria came and said, nice to see you again, Duke Azron. The Duke thought, how dare she address me by my name? There is only one person who can call me by my name, but I will let it slide since she is Lariette's friend. Then he replied, I have never allowed you to address me by my name. Syria commented, my goodness, I am so sorry, I got too used to Lariette calling you that way. Syria asked, do you remember my name? I think I told you before. The Duke thought, was she not Lariette's friend number 3? Syria continued, I guess you don't remember, I am Syria, but please call me Sherry. The Duke thought, wish I could get rid of her, but I am doing my best to pull myself together because she is Lariette's friend. How long must I entertain this conversation? Syria spoke, Lariette and I have become very good friends, we promised we would meet each other again. The Duke thought, maybe Lariette will hang out with that deacon less if she has more female friends. Lariette said, I don't know what other nobles think, but I don't think it is right to make friends based on their social status. The Duke thought, is she speaking of this status difference between the house of a duke and a baron? It is true that Lariette does not care much for those things. I miss her more now that I am talking about her. It is going to be an issue if I keep missing her like this all day. Syria thought, everyone likes it when I say that, because no other noble would be willing to accept another of lower status. Lariette is exceptionally nice to me because she is grateful as well. Then she asked, should we go for a meal next time? It would be wonderful to get to know each other better. The Duke replied, I guess that should be fine, as long as Lariette wants to. If you will excuse me, he thought, I am going to kiss Lariette 100 times when I get back. Syria thought, a relationship between a duke and a commoner is not going to last. I will have to be careful that he does not fall in love with me before he breaks up with her, although I think it is already too late. Next scene. Lariette thought, I have become quite good at stealth, what if I become the best in the world? Then she asked, who are you? The person replied, I am a new knight of the Candle Knightage, apologies, my lady, I got lost because I am not familiar with the place yet. Lariette thought, I have never seen this knight before. She asked, why were you using stealth inside the manor? The person commented, The Shadow Knights always use stealth when moving. We must do the same within the manor as well. I am quite good at it, although I am new. But your skills are excellent as well. Anyway, apologies for the trouble, it won't happen again. Lariette told him, I understand. After that, she said, we have an intruder in the house. Hallstein thought, this is not going to be good. After some time, the Duke came and hugged her. He thought, where did I go wrong? I screened for the best hires, but I was wrong. I should have been more thorough as the final decision maker. I knew that House Candle is always under threat because I have a lot of enemies, yet I was too careless. What if something terrible had happened to Lariette? The Duke told her, I am sorry. I put you in danger. I am sorry. Lariette replied, I am fine. Nothing happened. Nothing went missing, and no one got hurt. It is really all right. She thought, it is a nice feeling, knowing that someone was worried about me. Then she said, I am completely fine, so don't worry or beat yourself up over it. I am going to head to bed now. I have plans tomorrow. When Lariette was gone, the Duke stated, Melissa, did I not put you in charge of educating the new recruits? Melissa replied, my sincerest apologies, Your Grace. I will accept any punishment you see fit. The Duke continued, punishment, if she was hurt, even just a little bit, what do you think your punishment would have been? Melissa said, please forgive me, Your Grace. The Duke asked, where is the man right now? Jared replied, he ran away when Lady Lariette caught him, and the other new recruits seem to have given up because his location has been unclear since yesterday. We are unable to identify the purpose of his infiltration, however, it seems to be pre-planned, considering how the position he provided was fake. We will figure it out as soon as we can. The Duke stated, I will give you a week, bring him to me within that time. On the other hand, Lariette thought, there was tension inside the manor since that day. I was barely able to hide my notebook and travel items, and the Duke did not leave my side at all for a few days, and right now. Syria asked, can you please arrange a dinner with the Duke? It would be great if all of us became friends. The nobleman told her, I would rather you not make such a ridiculous request. Syria continued, is it really too much to ask for? It is just a meal with a friend. Lariette replied, it is not important, but I would rather not. Syria asked, but is there a particular reason why? Lariette replied, it is because my Azron is very shy. Syria thought, how dare a commoner repay goodwill in this manner? She is but a lowly woman who does not deserve to be at this table. I was kind to her because the princess introduced her, but she has forgotten her place because of her connections with her highness and the Duke. Duke Azron is way too perfect to be with this commoner. Do you really think you will marry a commoner like you? You are living in a dream. Please say something to that commoner. Lariette thought, I can literally read what she is thinking on her face. Then she said, I don't feel very good today, apologies, but I shall excuse myself first. I am sorry I ruined the mood, but see you all again soon. Syria spoke, Els is much too kind. He ran out just to scold Lariette for me. He did not need to do this, although it is true that Lariette was rude. I hope he does not give Lariette too difficult of a time. After that, Lariette thought, I already knew that Syria was interested in the Duke, but did I not give up enough already? I have done everything everyone asked of me. I have maturely yielded to all of the ridiculous requests. Yet why do they continue to ask for more? Why, when I don't have anything left but him? I am not sure what to do because I have never dealt with a female friend before. Did this happen because I was too greedy to wish for friends before I die? Maybe I was asking for too much when I am going to die soon anyway. Els came and spoke. I am sorry about everything. I am sorry for what Syria said, for how I did not stop her, and for how this has hurt you. Let me apologize for this. I am sorry. Lariette told him, you are not the one who should be apologizing to me. Please stop. Els continued, it is my fault for inviting Syria because I felt bad that she was struggling to mingle in high society. As you know, Havana also struggled because of her hot temper, but she found happiness when she learned to feel comfortable by mingling with us. I thought I could do the same for Syria, but I did not realize that the result could differ depending on the person. I will have a word with Syria soon. It kills me to think that my friend has been hurt, so I would truly appreciate it if you spoke the truth instead of letting it go at times like this. Lariette emphasized, thank you so much for coming here to say this to me, and don't worry about me, because I have been tough sprinting all this way. Doha was also there and thought, it is that man. If Lariette is dating both the Duke and that man, then do I have any chance with her as well? I don't feel like myself. I don't understand why I was so excited to see you, so much so that I came to our meeting spot way ahead of time. And my mood changes constantly whenever I think about you. I don't even know what I want with you. I am not sure if I want you, or if I want to push you away, because I know you will ruin me. Lariette stated, "You were early." Doha asked, "How did you know that I was using stealth?" He thought, "I think it was a man," but she was deep in thought. Lariette commented, "I saw someone use extremely skilled stealth a short while back, and that really helped me understand how it works." Doha told her, "You have improved so much," he thought. "Soon you are going to realize that a knight has been following you around everywhere." Lariette spoke, "By the way, my friends recommended a new dessert cafe to me today. You said you like sweet things. Do you want to go after our lesson?" Doha replied, "Of course," he thought. "I cannot free myself from you. No matter how hard I try to deny it or run away, I will always be by your side." Next scene. Lariette spoke, "2 more sessions, including today, and the purification will be over for good." The Duke thought, "This was a curse that haunted me my entire life. It was a terrible curse that I thought I would never be free from." Lariette continued, "Now only happiness awaits you. It is all done now." The Duke kissed her, then things started getting heated. After that, the Duke thought, "We took a little trip to heaven." Lariette said, "Come here. What did I say I would do if you continued to act this cute?" The Duke told her, "You said you would suck on me like a lollipop." Lariette replied, "That is right. I can be dangerous, so you better watch out. Do you want to go on a trip once the purification is over? Whether it is the beach or a lake, anywhere is good for me, as long as I am with you." The Duke thought, "I have never imagined doing something like this before. My first trip with Lariette," he said. "Thank you so much for making this suggestion. I would like to. There is an area in Candle that is near the beach. It is also famous for its hot springs." Lariette commented, "Sounds good. It is summer soon, so let's end the purification before that." Later that night, Jared thought, "I can't find it. Not only am I going to lose my job, but I am also going to be punished if I fail." Jared told her, "I love you." Melissa replied, "Get away from me, Captain." Then she said, "That is enough. Take a look at this. The mana in these documents is made to scatter if not handled with special gloves, yet someone touched them, but seeing that they made a copy before running away, they definitely did their homework before targeting House Candle. This is going to kill us." After that, the Duke spoke, "These documents are regarding the Danube Kingdom." He then thought, "Duke Illington did this to make me participate in the war. The fact that his presence is not left on here might mean that the Blanch family and their magic have been involved as well." The Duke asked, "What do you think the plan is with these documents?" Melissa replied, "I believe Duke Illington will use these documents in the next meeting to claim that House Candle has a relationship with the Danube Kingdom. He may very well accuse you of being a spy, since this is treason, and demand that you join the war to prove your innocence. Things may turn out differently if the other nobles support you." The Duke thought, "I never participated in politics or relations with the nobles because I did not care to live. This is my shortcoming." Melissa continued, "I believe you must prepare for war." The Duke thought, "If I can time my preparations for the war, then maybe I will be able to go on holiday with Lariette. I am sure she will wait for me. She will greet me as always." The Duke stated, "Prepare the documents to defend ourselves and get ready for war." Lariette spoke, "I think I could do better, but something does not feel quite right." Doha replied, "Right, I will help you." He thought, "You are making it way too obvious. She cannot find out." Then he said, "Here, like this." He thought, "I am not the one Lariette is in love with. I don't want to lose her. A long time from now, when I am all alone, I want to revisit the emotions I helped bury deep inside." Lariette told him, "Thank you, I get it now." Doha asked, "When are you going to go on that holiday? You said you were going to travel alone, and you said the Duke does not know about it." Lariette thought, "Did I say that to him? I guess it does not matter, because the Duke and I won't be together by then." Lariette commented, "You are right. I did not necessarily mention it to him." Doha asked, "Why do you want to travel alone?" He thought, "If even the Duke is busy, I am sure he can make time for her if she is trying to go alone despite the many problems." He asked, "Is there any reason you can't say? What, are you going to go after you break up with him?" He thought, "I should not have asked her that. I already know their relationship is solid." Lariette replied, "I would not say I am breaking up with him." She thought, "Doha is a special person to me. He has been healing my illness. He has helped with my relationship. He taught me how to use magic, and he is my friend." She explained, "I have an arranged relationship with the Duke. The contract lasts for 3 months. I was actually the one who suggested the arranged relationship. then she told him the whole story. Doha thought, they signed a contract to date each other. She is mistaken. The Duke is not the type of person to be satisfied with an arranged relationship. In fact, love is not enough of a word. Since she purified his curse, it is admiration, something even greater. Lariette spoke, you have to keep it secret because I don't want strange rumors going around. Doha replied, of course, I won't tell anyone. He thought, a long time from now, when I am all alone, I want to show her the emotions I buried. On the other hand, the Duke spoke, yes, I received the report, so she is insisting on staying with Duke Candle. That insolent child forgets her place. We cannot allow the House of Candle to take the heritage of the Blanch family. He thought, we can't expect any benefit from marriage because the relationship has been severed, nor can we lose our most powerful seed to him. I tried to raise her as a naive and powerless child precisely because I was afraid that she would backstab us one day. The Duke asked, can you hear that? His resentment is deep. That is all he can manage to show at the mention of his sister. If she insists on being happy after ruining her brother and the entire family, then steal her away. You can even kill her, so that the clueless puppy will not bite my neck again. We must be thorough. Genvier asked, you have lost so much weight, did something happen? Lariette replied, no, nothing happened. She thought, it is actually because Doha squeezed out every last drop of my mana to teach me magic. She said, I have come because the brooch I purchased here before got ruined. Genvier told her, if so, I have the perfect one for you. It was just released on the market, and I stocked one because I think it is going to get very popular soon. It is crafted such that you can insert a representative gem instead of a photo. Lariette thought, it reminds me of the Duke's eyes. She said, I will get this one. She thought, I saved up a lot from healing Doha, and the Duke gave me some money as well, so I should spend a little. If I give this necklace to him, I wonder if he will think of me once in a while after I am gone. I hope he does. When she came out of the store, someone bumped into her. Lariette thought, again, why do people like robbing me so much? First, I need to get my bag back. I can't use magic, and I can hardly run because I don't have any mana left. The next moment, Jared came and thought, I know I am not supposed to help her directly. Then he said, I could not retrieve your bag because another man ran off with it. I am sorry. Lariette replied, thank you. She thought, my notebook was in my bag, but I guess it does not matter because it did not contain anything important inside. She asked, anyway, what are you doing here? I think this is our first time meeting outside. Jared said, I came out because it is my day off today. Lariette commented, I see. I am sorry I bothered you on your day off. Jared replied, it is fine. I did what needed to be done. Lariette told him, thank you again for your help. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day off. After that, Lariette thought, he has been following me all this time. I am sure the Duke ordered him to, but why would the Duke want someone to follow me around? Does he not trust me? Is he afraid that I would spread his curse or release the secrets of the Candle family? It could also be as simple as wanting to protect me. Let's not overthink it until I hear it directly from him. On the other hand, the nobles spoke, is that really your excuse? The fact that you are not joining the war when you have been communicating with the Danube Kingdom is outright treason against the imperial palace. If you wish to prove your innocence, do so with your actions. That is what His Majesty also wants. I cannot believe you thought these few sheets of paper would do the job. How shameful. You will need to prove your innocence with death if you do not join the war. After that, the Duke asked, did Duke Imminent receive the documents well? I know nothing good will come of torturing you now that I have already decided to join the war. One thing I despise even more is when my people lie. You are also one of mine because you are part of my knightage, so what did you gain from betraying me? I sincerely hope it is more valuable than your life. Suddenly, that person ran and picked up a sword. He shouted, you monster, I will kill you. The Duke commented, a monster, I have not heard that in a while. The next moment, that knight attacked him. The Duke killed him, then he asked, where is Jared? Melissa replied, he is probably still guarding Lady Lariette. He should return when she does. But why is she learning magic from the priest? I get that she is talented, but I don't understand the purpose. Why is she learning stealth of all magic? We are going to continue protecting her for various reasons. I am not sure if she needs to know how to use stealth. The Duke told her, that is a useless concern. Melissa replied, apologies, Your Grace. Looking at the wall, Melissa asked, is there something on the wall? The Duke replied, I think I was mistaken. After that, Lariette thought, I should not have come. I only used stealth to come here so that no one would get in the way, but I never lied. I have seen this happen many times in House Blanch. I am used to it. I also found out that Jared has been following me around to guard me. I am not hiding anything. I can tell him the truth if he asks me about it. None of that is a big deal. Yet why am I so shaken? They said they will continue to protect me, but our contract is almost over. I think I have overlooked something. Will asking him about it affect the relationship? I don't want to ask him. I have done a good job ignoring the Duke's violence and strange obsession over me until now, so if I can just hang in there until the 3 months are over. Next scene. The Duke said, "Have you heard about how the relationship between the Danube Kingdom and the Empire has worsened?" Lariette replied, "Yes, Genevieve told me. She says the cost of jewels is also affected." The Duke stated, "I have been commanded to join the war." Lariette spoke, "Those horrible people, who do they think they are? Why must they do this to a person who is finally enjoying some peace? It is the Emperor's fault that the relationship worsened. So why are they tossing the responsibility to someone else? It is not fair. How can you smile right now?" The Duke replied, "Apologies, I have just never experienced someone worrying about me before. It feels very nice." Lariette thought, "A war? When are you leaving? Can't you stay until I am gone? What if you get hurt while you are there? What if Danube is determined to hurt you? Can you please not join the war?" The Duke spoke, "It is a small war. It does not even compare to the wars I have fought before. When I used to battle as a younger man, I did not have a reason to live. I did not have a family who awaited my return. The curse was eating away at my skin, and living every day in a sea of blood was horrendous. I did not even care if I died. I lived only because I was alive. However, there is someone I must come back to this time. There is a reason I must live." He thought, "That someone, that reason, my life. My Lariette, you are my everything." The Duke continued, "You are whom I must come back to." Next day, Syria spoke, "Last time I demanded something unreasonable. I sincerely apologize." Lariette replied, "All right, I accept your apology." Then they started chatting. Syria thought, "Does he not realize I am angry? I want to be pampered, but instead he is doing this. So annoying, just too frustrated." A servant came and told her, "Duke Candle has arrived. He instructed me to tell you to take your time, as he will wait." Lariette told them, "Sorry, I might have to leave first." Suddenly, Syria said, "Excuse me." All of them thought, "This is not good." The princess thought, as known, a royal lady will become more cautious after being ousted from the upper class. I have not committed any serious mistakes yet. She said, "I will talk to Syria more next time. It is a pity for everyone. I will take you there. Let's go." Outside the mansion, the Duke was waiting. Syria came and thought, "If a commoner refuses my grace and behaves rudely, I no longer need to maintain etiquette." She said, "I remember you." Then she thought, "Is it possible for someone to get? No, I am too beautiful for that. The most graceful flower in the kingdom. I know he likes that too." She continued, "The Duke also remembers me. Honestly, I really wanted to see you again, so I inquired through Lariette, but she did not tell me. Of course, the relationship between the Duke and Lariette. I guess it is not what it seems, because she is a commoner. The nobles can't proceed with the wedding between the Duke and Lariette. I can't interfere with your fiancé. She can't know if that relationship is broken or not." She thought, "If he wants to see me again, he should cut it off quickly." The Duke stated, "Everything you are saying is meaningless. I don't know where to start. Lariette is not a commoner. What are you thinking? Treating a royal princess like a subordinate." Syria thought, "If she is the sole princess of the empire, the princess of the Blanchid lineage." The Duke continued, "Even if Lariette's status were just that of a commoner, I never thought about cutting off the relationship. We will meet again if she wants, so if you continue to speak nonsense, I will immediately cut your tongue, and also, don't foolishly call out my name like that. I dare you to act." Syria said, "Demon, pure evil." The Duke stated, "Come here." Suddenly, the princess came and spoke, "I apologize on her behalf, please forgive her." Syria thought, "He is a duke, so why is?" The Duke told her, "Take her away from my sight." Lariette thought, "I was really angry with Syria's actions, but what the Duke said, that we will be together forever, does not make sense. Isn't our dating contract supposed to be that we enjoy each other for about 3 months? I thought you agreed too. We thought we would part ways cleanly, without any regrets. I have been treating you without hesitation. It is all my misunderstanding. I am carrying the Duke with me, yet I have not done anything. If it is a misunderstanding, then what would it become as cruel as treating others like that? On the other hand, Doha thought, how does Gibralfaro know my mother? It has been different since birth, so we could never meet, but no matter how much I investigate, I can't find anything related to my mother. We only met after entering the palace. No, the reported traces of my mother are not like that at all, because I like you. I support you from behind. It is not like receiving regular reports. I am curious how well you sold me to the temple and how well you are living, but the reports have been cut off for months now. I am concerned about Gibralfaro's words. I have to go see for myself. No, there is no need for that. Meeting the one who sold me, for what? Then he remembered when he was little and shouted, Mother, don't leave me. I will listen to everything you say in the future. I will do everything you ask. I will make money, don't leave me. After that, Lariat asked, Are you okay? Where does it hurt? Doha replied, No, I was thinking about something else. But why did you run here? He thought, there is no protection. Lariat spoke, Help me. Then she told him the whole story. She said, Surely it is better to tell the truth. I thought it was just a 3-month date. She thought, concealing the truth is limited by time. Talking about it is not for the Duke. I am the same. Loving the Duke does not go that far. I just like him, that is all. So before love gets deeper, a clean break is right. Even if it can't be fulfilled in 3 months, it is meaningless. Doha asked, If we continue to meet? Lariat replied, That is not possible. I definitely need to go on a trip. Doha told her, I worry about you too much. If I knew that the Duke had been betrayed, I would not just sit idly by. If something happens, let me know. I will definitely come to help. After some time, Lariat thought, My head feels like it is about to explode. The speed is not good, or maybe it has been a long time since I used it. Mana consumption is higher than I thought. Suddenly, a knight spoke, It has been a while, princess, let's go quietly together. Lariat asked, Where are you going? Get lost, she thought. This situation does not look very promising. Even trying to maintain my form, it is difficult to win. The knight replied, I have no intention of harming you. Let's return together in peace, shall we? Lariat thought, Not interesting at all. Dia is absolutely right. This is the perfect moment to defeat others to protect myself. The knight told her, As strong as I thought. I guess I am going to fall for you. Wow. Knowledgeable in magic and various elements. Impressive, but still too inexperienced. You will never defeat me. Lariat shouted, Help me. Is anyone there? She thought. Not a single soul. Something is wrong. It is as if this place was created for a specific purpose. The knight said, Down below, I like strong women like that. Princess, my dear princess, where are you? I would never harm the princess. The issue concerning the Blanch succession. I might be getting interested in it. Are you startled now? Lariat thought, How ridiculous. The temple is not far, so once he leaves, I will run there. I really need some help. The knight stated, Found you. This is destiny. It is okay. It is all okay, my princess. After that, Lariat thought, This time I must reclaim my mana. He caused all this. What did I do wrong? They all said that they would fulfill my every wish before leaving. Why did they not just leave me alone? The knight asked, Princess, are you hurt anywhere? Lariat replied, Who ordered you? It was the Princess of Blanket, was it not? The knight continued, You don't even bother to call him your father, do you? You are right. He is not a good father. Lariat asked, He was behind all this. The knight replied, You knew all along, dear princess. Let's go. It is good that you still resist so strongly in a place like this. Lariat shouted, Why don't you go to the Blanket Palace? If you dare go there, Duke Candle will capture you. The knight commented, We need a new space, somewhere I can be allowed. Lariat asked, What nonsense is this? The knight continued, I want to propose something to you. Live by my side. Let's leave together and live happily. Who would not be excited to watch our child grow up? Lariat hit him in the face. Then she thought, Crazy, absolutely crazy. Hurry up. I can do this. It is done. Lariat shouted, Let me go. Don't touch me. The knight stated, Princess, it is just that the princess keeps trying to escape. You know there is no other way. Lariat thought, Help me, it hurts. It hurts so much, Azran. I miss you so much. On the other hand, the Duke thought, Lariat has been acting strange lately. I have a very strange feeling. Did I make a mistake? Am I scared? Jared came and told him, My lord, that girl. It seems she has resolved to leave the mansion. I have searched all the places that she might have gone to. she was not at any of those places. The Duke thought, if she is not at those places, could she have been taken to the Blanch estate? It could be so. Has Duke Blanch kidnapped Lariette? Then he said, let's go to the Blanch estate. He thought, I have gathered enough reasons to take down Blanch. I should have taken down Blanch immediately. Next scene. Duke Blanch asked, what are you talking about? Did you not take Lariette already? Could it be that Lariette has disappeared? Is that why you are causing a commotion here? Where did that girl run off to again? The Duke thought, judging by the reaction, it probably is not here. There really is nothing here. Duke Bratchel spoke, even the knights are turning the whole house upside down without an apology. The Duke replied, I hope that is the end. This matter has nothing to do with you. Duke Blanch thought, could it be that this guy has found something out? Damn it, why is everything not going my way? The Duke thought, could it be that Lariette has left me? Lately, she has been acting differently than usual. If it is because she could not stand me and ran away to a place where I could not find her. If she disappeared because she did not like me, even so, nothing changes. I can't abandon you. You know very well, don't you? That is why you disappeared without saying a word. No matter where you run, it does not matter. Jared came and told him, we found traces in the direction of the old town. We need to confirm it. Again, the Duke thought, I will definitely find you. Next scene. The knight spoke, the princess is a witch, so it does not matter if she loses a leg. Princess, you must choose. You will lose both legs and be dragged away, or I will heal your leg and live happily with you. Lariette thought, the only way is to destroy the mana, but I have no mana left. Even if I fight him, I can't win because I lack the power. Can I escape with these legs at first? I must survive and return. I have something to tell you. I also have the responsibility to cleanse the curse and bring everyone a happy future. Azron, I will live and come back for you. Suddenly, the knight spoke, you must hide. Princess, how did he come to this place? No wonder you were spreading mana all along the way here. Traitor, you said you would live happily with me. If I saw you spreading mana on the way here, it means you have a lot of mana, so you are that powerful. The princess is mine. Well, the bad guy is about to appear. The knight spoke, you have come to the right place. A war demon riding on a white horse. The Duke stated, let her go. The knight told him, wait, hold on, you want the princess to live, then don't be foolish and move. Then he whispered to the princess, if you are obedient, I won't harm you. The Duke asked, what do you want? The knight replied, tell those knights to step back. The knights stepped back. The knight continued, I want to leave here safely. The Duke said, if you release Lariette, you will get your wish. The knight asked, how can I trust your word? Lariette told him, no, you must leave, please go. The Duke stated, if Lariette gets hurt, I won't hold back. The knight commented, you should worry about your own life first. Watching from above is so thrilling. Lariette spoke, I beg you, please go, it is all my fault. She thought, I won't live much longer, and I am not loved by my family. I made the Duke misunderstand our marriage contract, pushing him into this dangerous situation. It is all my fault. She shouted, I have begged this much, please go. The knight asked, would you cut off one of your arms yourself, because if I raise my sword, I fear my hand won't be steady and might harm the princess. Lariette thought, why is he not moving? He should be rushing to deal with the scoundrel and then retreat quickly. Is he enduring this because I am being threatened? He is willing to lose an arm because he is afraid I will get hurt. He is not a fool to act this way. No way, just because of someone like me. Why am I feeling so furious? Why am I angry at him? Because he is willing to give up his life so easily, because he is not listening to my plea to leave. No, it is not like that. Because I love you, I am angry because he does not value his own life. He is willing to easily give up his life for someone like me, someone with a terminal illness. He would be angry at me too. Would he be angry? I hope not. Lariette spoke, Duke Osrahan, I am sorry. She thought, anyway, I am in the final stage. I hope you are not angry with me. The reason I pretended not to see the Duke's other fierce side, ignoring all the signs, is because I wanted to hide my remaining time as much as possible. I repeatedly said I had no feelings for him. Ultimately, it is because I love you. I dreamed without knowing my current situation, so I kept repeating that to myself. Don't love Osrahan. Lariette spoke, I ask you not to love me anymore. She thought, everything will end this way. The Duke thought, I should have acted. I should have done something to protect her. Is it because I can't let her go? Because I am a demon who craves things I should not? That is the truth. But how can I let her go? Return to a time before I knew her. It is too late. My love, my victor, my weapon. The knight shouted, "What are you doing? Just die already." The Duke stated, "Even though I have given you a chance to save your life, you are refusing it yourself." The next moment, the Duke was in a beast mode. The knight thought, "You monstrous bastard, to take down that man and people all by yourself in an instant, is that really a human? He has truly lost his mind." The Duke spoke, "You, what have you done?" Then suddenly he thought, "What is this?" Then he remembered Lariat telling him, "Don't misunderstand, this is a gift from Doha, imbued with holy magic for my health." The Duke thought, "If there is even a chance that you can be saved, I will not hesitate to make a deal with the devil to save you." Doha appeared. The Duke spoke, "Please save her. I am not curious about your true identity, no matter what means you used with the bracelet, or how you look at Lariat. I don't care, so please, just save her." Doha thought, "I had a chilling, disgusting feeling, and this is what you intended all along." He replied, "Don't misunderstand, this is not for the Duke, but for me." He thought, "Fearing that being near me would put you in danger, I could not be greedy. If you have to endure this kind of pain no matter who you are with, could you not just stay by my side?" Then he said, "There is only one thing I ask, please do not reveal my identity to Lariat." The Duke asked, "Is that enough?" Doha replied, "I have no other request from the Duke, I have to go." The Duke thought, "You don't want anything from me." Next scene. Lariat thought, "I am alive. Why? How am I still alive? It is funny that I am supposed to be happy. After all, it is just a few more days of life." The Duke came and asked, "Why did you do this? I thought I was going to lose you." Lariat replied, "How am I still alive? Are you okay? Are you hurt at all?" The Duke commented, "I had someone call a priest. They said they called from Candle, and your friend came. Thanks to them, we were not too late." Lariat thought, "Doha, did a junior priest have that kind of healing ability?" The Duke asked, "Why on earth did you do that? It was such a terrible time, praying and waiting for you to open your eyes again. I kept reflecting on those moments, wondering what I should have done, how I could have kept you completely safe. The painful regrets never ceased." Lariat thought, "It feels like my heart is going to burst. I am nauseous. I really don't have much time left to live." The Duke continued, "If you die, I won't be able to live either." Lariat thought, "After purifying all of the Duke's curses, I just want to end everything. You are too precious to me. I love you. The only desire I have left is you. I will never die in front of him. This is my last lie, so please forgive me." Next scene. Nobles started chatting. The Duke of Blanch committed parricide. The world is truly ending. I knew that man would do something like that. Did he commit many other corrupt acts too? I heard the Duke of Candle stepped in personally, the monstrous Duke. Then it seems like Blanch is beyond recovery now. Servants were whispering, "What will happen now? If the Duke has been arrested, is not this family doomed? Even the heir is bedridden and can't get up, and there is no successor either. There is no need to stay with a ruined family. Let's find new jobs quickly. If you fall out of the Duke of Candle's favor, even the Duke's family will fall. Even if the Branch family head takes over, will this family really survive? There is no way. Without an extraordinary stroke of luck, Blanch is finished." Then, at night, Doha came and stated, "I told you, if you touch Lariat one more time, you will die that very day." The Duke shouted, "It was not me. I swear, that damned girl. Because of her, look at what has happened to me. I am innocent. I am being wronged." Doha stated, "This is how it always is with the vermin who hold power. They cause trouble without a second thought and then refuse to take responsibility, pretending to be noble, selfish people. These worms, who don't know what rock bottom is, laugh at the misfortune of others." 1 week. That is about how much time you have left until the day your body explodes. Wouldn't you rather die than live on the streets? On the other hand, Lariat spoke, "This is your final purification." The Duke replied, "Your body has not fully healed yet." Lariat told him, "No, I am fine. There is not much time left before you depart. We don't know how long it will take, so I have to finish this purification before I go." The Duke thought, "Again, you draw a line." After that, Lariat spoke, "The purification is over. There is no more curse." The Duke thought, "The atmosphere has subtly changed. I am no longer a monster. The stench of rotting corpses and the fear that reminded me of death can no longer torment me. It is okay if the way you treat me has changed. You can resent me for not being able to do anything when your life was in danger, Lariette. As long as you are by my side, no matter what your feelings toward me are, I will accept them. He said, I will end the war as soon as possible. When I return, then let's go on a trip. Next day, Lariette thought, Ashtar has a funeral custom, burying corpses in the desert where no one can find them. Good. Let's choose that place as our destination. Doha came. Lariette spoke, You have come. I heard you treated me. Thank you. I wanted to express my gratitude, but I had not fully recovered. Doha asked, Why did you do it? The trip you said you wanted to go on, your future. Why do you treat your life so lightly, seeing you are on the brink of death? Do you know how much I? Lariette replied, I am sorry for making you worry. Doha asked, So what are you going to do now? He thought, there was such a serious situation. Are the two of you planning to get married? A honeymoon trip, perhaps? Am I going to be abandoned again, left behind? Lariette stated, My plan has not changed. I am leaving in a few days. Doha told her, Then come with me. Lariette asked, Where is the priest planning to go? I appreciate your feelings. Doha told her, The shrine was dirtier than I expected. I am so fed up with that behavior that I am thinking of quitting soon. Lariette stated, Thank you for all your help so far, for the healing and for teaching me magic. I am glad you are my first friend. She thought, Thanks to you. I had a wonderful time. Take care, be happy, thank you. She said goodbye. Doha replied, See you again. Next scene. The princess asked, Are you feeling okay? I heard the news. I did not expect Blanche to do that. I can only imagine how hard it must have been for you alone. Lariette replied, I am okay. I came to tell you something. Tomorrow, the Duke will be going on an expedition, and I am thinking of traveling alone. I won't be back for quite a while. Then, at night, Lariette thought, I never thought it would come to this. If I had known I would fall in love with you, I would not have started it at all. I should not have fallen in love with you. I don't want to leave. Next morning, Lariette spoke, You look great in your armor. Everything is loaded, and we just need to depart. Time is tight. Come back safe. It won't take long, right? The Duke replied, I will return safely, without getting hurt. He thought, was her recent behavior a bit off because of the expedition? I guess it will be resolved once I am back. Then he said, I love you. Lariette replied, I do too. I love you as well. She thought, this will be the last time I see your face before I die. I am glad it is a smiling face. The Duke had left. Then she thought, now, I guess I have to leave too. I had a great time during our time together. Since the contract is over, I am going to leave now. Thank you for faithfully fulfilling the contract, but saying, I love you, feels quite burdensome. I hope you won't come looking for me now that the contract is over. I really hope not. It would be quite unpleasant. Take care. I hope you find happiness. 1 week later, in the city of Yurda near the capital, the cafe servants were chatting. Isn't that the person who only drinks coffee and leaves, like a ghost? Just reading the newspaper as if waiting for something. She does not respond even when I talk. Lariette was reading the newspaper. The kingdom of Danune suffers a complete defeat. News that Duke Candle's overwhelming victory means the war won't last long. The Blanch family is in ruins. Suddenly, she started running. The shop servant asked, What is going on? Is that woman crying while reading the newspaper? After that, Lariette thought, the Duke won the war. Let's just check if he is okay. We will just look from afar. I need to see his face. You have gone mad. But why am I not stopping? Even if Doha delayed time with divine power, it should have been over already. If I have a little more time left, I'll dye my hair one more time. I will get my health checked again. Check on Blanche, and if possible, see Duke Candle's mansion. Next scene. In the capital, the doctor told her, Sorry, it was a misdiagnosis. You don't have to die. Lariette asked, It was a misdiagnosis. How can you misdiagnose a terminal illness? The doctor explained, No, the thing is, it is frustrating because a few months ago it was definitely Rocadora disease. Unless it was cured by Pope-level divine power, it is supposed to be incurable. You won't report this, right? Well, you survived after all. After some time, Lariette thought, Now, where should I go? Home, let's go home. Then, at the Blanche mansion, nobles were chatting. It is a big deal for Blanche too. The heir is dead, and the Duke is executed. What about her daughter? The family is in such a state, yet she does not come to see us. Lariette thought, Rayon said he also had Rocadora disease, but he died. I survived. It is not a misdiagnosis. I am cured. Could it be Doha? No, that can't be. That kid is a low-ranking priest. I guess I have nowhere to go. How sad. Where should I go? Nobles were chatting. The Marquis is sharpening his blade. He is waiting for the moment when Duke Candle is away to find Princess Blanche. He was talking about cutting off her arms and selling her into slavery. Duke Candle will probably be pleased. He is also looking for the princess, perhaps for the same reason as the Marquis, revenge. On the other hand, the Duke thought, the final battle is over, there is really not much time left, wait for me. Next scene. Lariette thought, Duke, do you really hate me now? Do you resent me for leaving you behind? Is that why you came looking for me? To get revenge? Even if that is the case, it is my fault. I need to set things right. You know, I am sorry for leaving only a letter and disappearing. I can't even imagine how much it hurt you, but I am not terminally ill anymore. They say I have a future. They say I can live by your side. The knight spoke, is it true that the young lady is coming here? The other one replied, where could a ruined family girl possibly go? She will definitely return to her lover's house. Besides, there is no duke here, and even the prestigious knight order is not here. If we use a bit of force to take her, they won't be able to do anything. This is a perfect chance to ruin Candle. The Marquis will clean up the mess, so what is the problem? Lariette thought, I can't go back, I can't harm the Duke again. If only I had not left from the start, if I had honestly told him about my condition, would things have been different now? Where did it all go wrong? What did I do wrong to cause this? No, it is not over yet. The Duke has not returned from the battlefield, so I still have a chance to apologize. I can fix this. When he comes back, I will face him and talk to him. I still have a place to return to. There is still time. Then, at night, knights were asking people, looking for a woman with pink hair. One of the knights said, wait, let me see your face. Lariette replied, are you not looking for a woman with pink hair? As you can see, I am blonde. The knight told her, let's just check if your face matches the wanted poster. Lariette asked, what are you doing? She thought, should I use magic? No, there are too many people. It will draw too much attention. My cover will be blown faster. I was careless, only focusing on hair color. What do I do now? Suddenly, Doha came and asked, what are you doing to my wife? The woman you are looking for has pink hair and is single. This woman does not fit either of those descriptions. Move along. The knight replied, it is true we are looking for an unmarried woman, but she could lie about being married, so we need to be sure. Doha stated, enough, I said it is not her. Won't you listen to me? Her husband just told you it is not her. Then he said, let's run. Lariette asked, what is going on? How did you escape them? Doha replied, we are going to need to keep running until they can't find you. On the other hand, the Duke thought, to earn the title of the Empire's greatest sword, I had to cut down many people, and I had to endure both reverence and contempt. They looked at me like I was a monster. They treated me like a bloodthirsty, war-crazed killer, a mere tool to be used whenever needed. No one ever saw me for who I really was. You are the only one. You always saw me for who I am. A past without you now feels distant. I don't know how not to love you. If only I could hold on to you forever. After that, the knight said, you have worked hard. I don't know if you remember me, but I saw you in the previous war too. I felt like you were someone hard to approach, but now you seem different. Sorry if I was rude. The Duke replied, no, it is fine, thank you. The Duke thought, I never thought I would experience something like this in my life. It is definitely because the curse is gone. Lariette gave me a new life. A life where I can live like a human. When I return from the war, will she come to the door and greet me with a smile? She will be worried about me and be relieved that I returned safely. She will probably be excited to tell me all about what she has been up to while I was gone. I have realized, after just a few days apart, that I can't live without you. As soon as I return, I will make plans for a trip, and then I will propose to her. I miss her. On the other hand, the Lord asked, have you not found her yet? We need to hurry before the master returns. He will be back soon. Melissa replied, but my lord, I am searching as hard as I can. I have been tracking down the items she recently purchased to deduce her destination, but her trail has gone cold since she left. And her hair color would be different now. Even if she is in the same place, we would not recognize her without knowing her face. From the fact that she bought both travel supplies and hair dye, it is clear she planned this. Even if we find her, there is a good chance she won't come back. Won't you tell the commander? The Lord commented, he is still on the battlefield. He needs to stay focused on survival. If he received the letter, he would definitely lose his composure. Next scene. Lariette thought, so we have ended up at the train station. She asked, why are you here? Doha replied, were you not planning to leave the capital? Lariette said, yes, since the Marquis is searching for me. I had to avoid him for now. Leaving the capital was a good choice. But why are you coming with me? You are a priest, aren't you supposed to stay in the capital? Doha commented, I told you before, I have grown tired of the temple's ways, so I quit, and I have somewhere to go. If our paths align, let's travel together. Until then, 2 is better than 1. Lariette told him, this is not a trip. I am being chased, and danger could come at any moment. If that happens, I might not be able to protect you. We won't always be able to evade them like before, and there is no reason for us to stick together. Doha spoke, we are friends, we can go together. Besides, it is my decision, so I will never leave you. Lariette said, do whatever you want. After that, Lariette asked, we have to sleep here together. She thought, did it come to this? Sometime before, Doha thought, I had a feeling that if I went to that alley, I would find you there, and I was sure I could have you all to myself. It was a contract relationship, was it not? Since it was a feeling that started knowing it would end anyway, wouldn't it naturally fade once we were apart? Then you would look back at me to fill your loneliness, the one who stayed by your side. He asked, what are you writing so intently? Planning a trip or something? He thought, a letter. Lariette replied, no, where is your destination? Doha thought, if we are headed to the same destination, it will raise suspicion, so somewhere close enough. He asked, where are you going? Lariette thought, originally it was Ashtarm, but I don't have a reason to go there anymore. We decided that right now the priority is to avoid the Duke of Segreb's eyes. She said, I think I will stay in Pusan for about 2 weeks. I always seem to be relying on you. I left in such a rush. I did not even pack properly. You probably don't have much money either. I think I can give you the money you need. I am glad I can finally do something for you. Doha thought, it is the first time I have been repaid. I feel like kissing you right now. I don't want to give you to the Duke. What should I do? How do I keep you from falling into the Duke's hands? After that, the hotel owner said that people who fled due to the war were starting to return, so Pusan was going to be particularly crowded. This is a transportation hub. If you are not staying, step aside. Now, back in the present time, Doha asked, shall we share the bed? Lariette replied, I will sleep outside. I bought a sleeping bag just in case. Doha thought, should I burn it with my divine power? He said, I am not feeling well, but I will sleep on the floor. Lariette emphasized, I told you, I have a sleeping bag. You are not feeling well from the car sickness, so you should just sleep comfortably in the bed. Good night. She thought, now that I am leaving, maybe I should have gone to where the Duke is. Good. He still smiled at me after reading the letter I left behind. When I had limited time to live, nothing scared me, but now that I have a future, everything terrifies me. The weight of the decisions I have made is crushing me. I just want to run away. Suddenly, Doha, while sleeping, spoke, don't leave me, you said you love me. Lariette told him, it is okay, you can relax. After some time, Doha spoke again, don't leave me. On the other hand, the Duke asked, what? Lariette is gone. The Duke continued shouting, Lariette, I know you are hiding. Stop it and come out. Is this not enough of a joke? If you don't come out now, I really think I will. Please come out, I am begging you. He thought, I can't believe it, that subtle distance was not just my imagination. You knew I love you. You said you love me. How could you abandon me and leave? How could you do this? The butler said, my lord, we have searched everywhere. The Duke stated, what have you been doing? Couldn't you have stopped her from leaving? Surely the butler of Candle has more capability than this. The butler explained, by the time we noticed, she had already hidden herself away. Moreover, her hair had been dyed, without a portrait to reference. It seems to be a planned escape. The Duke asked, why did you not inform me? You could have sent a letter. The butler replied, because I knew it would come to this. I did not want your judgment to be clouded during wartime. The Duke stated, this was for me to decide. It would have been better to lose my head there. It would have been better to die. To die without knowing anything. He thought, it feels like my flesh is being torn apart. My soul is burning in the fire of hell. Did you really abandon me and run away? Do you really hate me now? If you are going to leave me like this, then just let me live as a monster. You should have left me as a fool who knows nothing about emotions. It is pathetic that I can't even throw it away. This is the necklace that Lariette was wearing just before she left. You said you hate me, yet you leave me a gift. It does not make sense. It could be that she wants me to find her. Then he said, gather anyone who can move immediately. I will go to meet her. Next scene. Lariette spoke, I have something to do, so could you wait here for a moment? Doha replied, I want to go with you. What if you get lost? Lariette said, okay, then let's go together. After that, she gave the letter at the post office. Doha whispered, I am with that lady, and we would like to cancel the mail. The lady asked, I will have to check with the lady. Doha told her, no, there is not much time, please cancel it. I will send it again later. I heard something was missing. Doha remembered reading the letter, in which Lariette wrote, I was going to visit the Duke, but I could not wait there because I was worried about others being exposed to danger. The Marquis is looking for me. That is why I have come far away from the capital. The letter I left behind was not sincere. I am sorry. I truly want to apologize. If you are willing to talk to me, please come to Musan. I think I will stay for about 2 weeks because I feel like the Marquis will come. If I am not in Musan, I will be in Ashtar. Are you not hurt anywhere? I am sorry. I miss you desperately. Doha thought, I don't want to lose you. Doha said it felt uncomfortable after wearing the same clothes for days. He thought something felt off. Then they started shopping. Doha thought it was still kind of weird, though, but they continued shopping and eating in the cafe. Doha thought, was it just my concern? It seems like nothing is different from usual, but I just pretended to be bright. After all, it must be because of the Duke. They have not even been meeting for long. What is so sentimental about it? What is left to regret? Then he said, I want to go somewhere. Will you come with me? After that, Doha commented, wow, it was hard coming up here, but it is so beautiful. The Duke would probably like it too. Doha thought, why am I not satisfied with just me? What is the difference between him and me? If she had met me before that guy. If only, it makes me angry. The fact that our feelings can't be the same. It is maddening and frustrating. Lariette spoke, thank you. This unexpected trip must be overwhelming. Thank you for caring about me too. I guess my sadness is showing. I tried to hide it as much as I could. Doha asked, why are you feeling sad? Lariette replied, there are so many regrets, not being honest, being inexperienced with people, just everything. I regret everything I did. Doha told her, you can run away. There is no need to fix it right away. You can do better next time. Leave the past behind. Lariette stated, those were the words I secretly hoped for. I guess I am still stuck in the past, so I can't turn away from it. On the other hand, Melissa told him the whole details, how they searched the shops and the doctor, but he did not tell them anything. The Duke asked, what about the hair color changed by the magical dye? Melissa replied, the most likely color is blonde. After investigating the travel items she bought, it was confirmed that the desert was the destination, and the only desert that can be reached without taking a ship is Ashtar. If Ashtar is the destination, she must have passed through Pusan. We will split the team to go to Pusan and Ashtar. The butler came and told him, Master, you should rest and take care of your health. We should not move right away. Also, His Majesty sent a message asking you to visit the palace. The Duke replied, I won't go. Let you handle this. There is no time to wait until the knights arrive. Gather the remaining people. We move immediately. After that, they were getting information from different places. When the Duke heard that the Marquis was also chasing her, he sent a letter to impose sanctions on the Marquis. They also received information that a blonde woman was wearing the pendant. It must be a trend. The Duke thought, she does not hate me. She did not leave me for real. We are lovers after all. Was I unable to be a support for you? Could it be that you don't trust me? I am the only one who truly loves you. I can't sleep. Tell me that you love me. A few days later, Doha thought, they are one of the knights from the Candle family, so have you already chased your way here? I can't let go of her. Then he said, I think the Duke has already arrived. He would have read the letter too. I heard the Duke became furious and released his knights to find you. They said they captured all the pink-haired ones. They claimed that no one returned. There are rumors they are capturing and killing anyone with pink hair. Do you think he is still the kind, loving partner you once knew? If he really loved you, would he not have come to see you himself? Run away. Lariette thought, Doha's words hit right at my anxiety. What if the Duke is filled with rage and unable to forgive me? We have to go. The next day, Jared came and told him, as a result of our investigation focusing on women with golden hair and pink hair, there was only one woman whose hair changed from gold to pink. It is probably Lady Lariette. She is with a man who has white hair. The Duke thought, if it is a man with white hair, It must be that priest. What he desires is Lariette. That snake is just waiting for a chance to strike. Jared continued, I heard they just left earlier today. However, the lady sent a letter to Candello, but the man with the white hair pretended to be her husband and took it. And as if she were waiting for someone, the roads to Ashtar, which is her destination, have been blocked by monsters. There are no direct trains. It is highly likely they took a train that detours to Windia. The next moment, the Duke told them, just follow along. He rushed toward the train station. The train was leaving, and at the last moment, the Duke was on the train, he said, finally. On the train, Lariette thought, the Duke has been unable to forgive me. What about the other women who suffered because of me? Could it really be true that the Duke did such things? I need to make things right. I should be the one to go to Arshan and seek revenge. I can't muster any strength in my body. I just want to disappear. Just thinking that Osrahan no longer loves me makes me feel like there is no reason to live. Suddenly, people were shouting, it's horrible, it's a monster. A little child was screaming, I'm scared. Lariette spoke, there is a kid, I have to go out. Doha asked, what are you talking about, why you? Lariette replied, because I have the strength to do it. Doha asked, there are those who are chasing after you, if you draw attention. Lariette stated, I don't care. The next moment, she was shocked. The Duke asked, is it really you? Lariette replied, how did you get here? I am really sorry, I deceived you and hurt you. The Duke told her, but right now, that is not what is important. The monster attacked. The Duke struck the monster. He thought, I need to get this done quickly. Lariette shouted, are you hurt? Quick, come over to this compartment. The connection had been severed. When did the main train? No, I will jump. Doha told her, we can meet at the terminal, if you jump from here. Lariette replied, we finally met, but I can't fall again. Then she said, the destination of this train is Windia. The Duke thought, seeing it in person makes it feel real. It's not that Lariette dislikes me. Even if the place you are going is the end of this world, I will definitely come find you. Like this video, hit the like button, and subscribe for more videos.